Hold on, y'all know I gotta do my ritual every time. Put my lip stuff on. Can't be on here talking to y'all with ashy lips. Ashy lips. Mm. Hmm. Ooh, I like that. Ooh, I like that. Okay. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to Chelle's Closet. While you here, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. And you see that little red button down there, go ahead and hit that. And to the right of that is a bell you definitely want to hit so you know anytime I post anything up on this channel. If you could be so kind as to go right up here to the community tab and vote, 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 vote. Vote for a song, any song you want to hear me sing this coming Saturday for Saturday Night Vibes. Thank y'all. Thank you for showing up last night as I sung Bag Lady. Listen, I'm telling y'all, I know y'all probably like, Chelle, it ended so fast. We used to having it for a long time. See, what happened was, no, I'm just playing. No, I'm really trying to build. When I say that I'm going to bust my ass, I am really trying to build this into something. It has already become something because I've been doing it for a little over a year now. But I want it to be a whole production. Listen, when I tell y'all I got some things in the works, I got some things in the works. So I gotta upgrade. I gotta upgrade everything, my style, everything. Definitely, if you have songs from 2001 up until 2021, definitely put them in the comment section. You could drop them on this video. You could drop them on the last video in the community tab. Drop them anywhere, everywhere. Put your song. Tonight we are talking about parental trauma. You're probably like, that's not even a real thing. It actually is. You probably just didn't know that it was a real thing, but it actually is. It most definitely is. Hold on, I'm gonna sign in so if y'all want to chat with me, I can chat back with y'all visually, auditorily, however you say that. And I could, drop stuff in the chat if y'all, want to check it out. Who am I? I'm signing in right here. Okay. It's the remembering the passwords for me. That's what it is for me. Hey, 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 hey. Okay. So, I don't know what that is. I'm turning on all the lights so y'all can see. Ooh, that looks nice. That looks nice. Sorry I was late, y'all. I had went to get me a plate. I'm not gonna eat half of this stuff on here. But I'm definitely gonna eat the chicken though. Chicken. Chicken, get your chicken. Y'all know it's Easter Sunday. Everybody and their mama done cooked or went by somebody else's house who cooked. Okay, let me get myself together. So I literally just ran in the house and was like, okay, let me set this stuff up and we are live. Okay. Hold on. Okay, we're talking about parental trauma. And what parental trauma is trauma experienced at the hands of your parents. Or like traumas that your parents experience that, hi Crystal. Traumas that you experience or traumas that your parents experience that I want to say they unconsciously, I want to say that. That's what I want to say. So I'm going to say that they unconsciously place on you. Oftentimes we grow up in situations, especially people of color, we grow up in situations that are not, um, y'all see I'm trying to be politically correct, but I don't really care about being politically correct. We grow up in situations that are really fucked up. That's it. That's all I got. I'm sorry. Let me get my disclaimer. Okay. I am not a mental health professional. I am not an abuse trauma expert, even though I've experienced a lot of trauma in my life, so I consider if, that makes me. But anyways, I don't have a degree in any of this. I'm just telling you from my personal experience and my opinions and my beliefs, and that's it. I am going to say some words that are probably not good for your ears to hear. I don't know. I'm just trying to give a disclaimer so people won't be here like, oh my gosh, she's cursing. Yes, I'm gonna curse. I'm gonna say some curse words. I'll probably talk about your mama, your Uncle Pete, your grandma. I'm gonna talk about everybody. This is what I do at the closet. I talk about stuff that people don't want to talk about, but you should talk about, because I'm pretty sure by the end of this live, you're going to start thinking about some things that you experienced in your life, and you're going to be like, wow, that had nothing to do with me. That was more so something that I experienced as a result of someone else's. We're going to get there. I'm getting ahead of myself. We're going to get there. But that was my disclaimer. So, parental abuse or parental trauma. So, it's funny because, it's not funny, but I actually felt like when it comes to religion, like I felt like I was forced. I know you probably like, you wasn't forced in religion because your mama brought you up, you feel like you forced. No, I was forced to believe in God. I was forced to attend church. I was forced. Like, I understand that was my mother feeling like rearing me in church will help me be a better human being, or whatever her thought process behind that was. I understand that now as a 40-year-old woman. But when I was growing up in it, I didn't want to, that's not something I wanted to do. And then to get yelled at or just experience punishments and things because that's not, we're going to talk about trauma. We're going to talk about all kinds of things tonight. So if you are not one that likes to deal with shit that you've been through, there may be some triggers. If you don't know what a trigger is, it's something that connects with something that you're saying, like something that you're hearing. Like, maybe you grew up in a dysfunctional ass family, and I say something about your mama bringing 50 or 6 or 7 different men in front of you in your house, and that could be triggering for you. I apologize. This is where we talk about things that we talk about things. I'm not purposely here to create a trigger for you. I'm here to get you to thinking. That's what I'm here to get you to think, because I feel like, me personally, we did not survive a global fucking pandemic to still be walking around here the same way we've been walking around here for our entire lives. You probably like, just because you on a journey to healing doesn't mean, listen, I feel like everybody, especially people of color, definitely have shit we need to heal from, let go, grow up out of, mature from, and it starts with our parents. It starts there. If you are a parent, you definitely want to pay attention. I don't have any kids. I know I have to give a disclaimer because most people be like, you don't have kids. I got a lot of fucking disclaimers right now. Anyways, most people be like, you don't have kids, so you don't know what it's like. Listen, I'm 40 years old. I raised a bunch of kids. No, they were not mine biologically, but I raised a bunch of them. So anybody to try to discredit my raising of kids, anywho, we have to do better. We have to do better as adults. We have to do better as siblings, as parents, as aunties, uncles. We have to do better, because there's no way that you experience something, and like if your parents forced you to do something, like I hear most people like, oh, I'm not gonna make my kids do that. But if you don't understand why, like I said, I understood why as an adult. Like, had my mother was like, I want to raise y'all in church, I know it's probably like, oh, she shouldn't have had to say that, but it's a lot of stuff that should have been said. It should have been said, okay, I'm raising y'all in church so y'all can have a relationship with God or whatever. But there's things that should have been said. Like, I feel like most times parents force things upon their kids. Like, if you have a son, if your son plays with hula hoops, or you know how guys be like, I don't want my son to play with no hula hoop, no Barbie dolls, no all of these things because that's gonna turn him gay. You know that if your son plays with a basketball or a football or cars or toy guns or anything, he still can become gay. I don't know what is like the psychology of, if I see my son playing with that, he's going to become just like we have. Hmm. There's so much trauma that has been experienced that we just continue on with things because no one talks about anything, and we continue on with the traumas. We traumatize, our parents are traumatized, they in turn traumatize us, and then if we have children, I don't have any children, but y'all know what I'm saying, if you have children, you in turn traumatize your children, thinking that you're doing the best for them, but you know in reality that shit didn't work with you, like beatings or whippings. That didn't work. It doesn't work. It only turns out, it only causes your children to fear you. Your child should not fear you. They should love you. They should love you. I don't know who created the whole fear thing. Like that is beyond me. That is beyond me. I'm grateful that my mother wasn't one of those, you gonna fear me, like I'm gonna beat you so you mind me. I'm grateful. I only had one whooping in my 40 years of living, one, and I never got a whooping after that. My mother, or whenever it came time for me to be disciplined, I wasn't a bad child, but you know, whenever something came up, it was a conversation. It was a conversation with me. You wasn't just gonna beat me, because I'm gonna ask you, what am I getting a whooping for? Like, if you're beating your child, or not beating, if you are disciplining your child and your child doesn't know what they're being disciplined for, but you're saying you know what you've been disciplined for, how are they supposed to know if you didn't say what they're being disciplined for? I don't know. Listen, we experience, I'm putting myself in this because I don't want anyone to be like, oh, you act like you better. No, listen. If you knew my story, y'all gonna be able to read about it in just a little bit, because I'm writing a book about it. But anyways, we experience traumas in our childhood that follow us through our teenage, through adults. Some of our parents are even still struggling with their traumas. Still struggling to this day, struggling. Some of our parents have insecurity. Some of our parents are doing things like trying to find themselves. Like, if your parents grew up in church, like all of your life, that all they knew was church and Jesus, I guarantee you at this time right now, they're like lax. You know, when you were growing up, they was staunch. Like, if you grew up in an apostolic church, listen, I'm gonna tell you, you know that they was staunch. They stood, it was Jesus and Jesus alone. That was it. And then now if you pay attention, it's like, you know what? A lot of the things that they wouldn't let you do, the grandkids can get away with it. Pay attention. I feel like our parents, I'm going to say parents did the best that they could. I'm saying this as a 40-year-old woman. I'm saying this. Parents do the best that they can. However, at some point, a parent should understand the trauma. The parents should understand. The parents should understand what works and what doesn't work. You should understand, like, if you are a father and you say, I want my son to play basketball, I'm sorry, every time I go live, I tell everybody what time I go live. I go live every Sunday at the same time. And that's like, no one calls me all day until this exact time. Every time. Anyways, so I feel like we want our children, yes, we want our children to be productive members of society, right? But sometimes we want our children to live, we want to live out our dreams, parents. So I probably shouldn't include myself because I'm not a parent, but parents want to live out their dreams through their kids. We want our kids to go to college. We want our kids to play basketball. We want our kids to be ministers, elders, deaconess. We want our kids to get married. We want them to marry someone of the opposite sex. We don't want them to be gay. We don't want them to be murdered. We don't want them to be a lot of things, right? I feel like it all starts with parenting. It all starts with the household you grow up in. If you grow up in a household and it's filled with dysfunction and there's no there's no communication, there's no love, there's no structure, there's no discipline, there's no emotions. Like many people grew up in households where their parents do not hug them. They do not tell them that you love them. If y'all have been watching me on these Sundays, I tell parents all the time, tell your child they're beautiful. Give your child an allowance. Tell them how handsome or beautiful they are. Tell them, talk to your child. These people that's out here in these streets, that's on this internet, they don't listen. All they have to do, if your child feel neglected, all they have to do is tell your child that they are beautiful or that they are handsome. If you think I'm joking, y'all be watching y'all kids, parents that be monitoring their kids' social media. Y'all be monitoring these people. Y'all be hearing what these people be telling them, giving them gifts, buying them things. You should be the first person that your child understands. When I was growing up, they'd be like, fathers, or their, fathers or mothers is the first introduction to what I didn't have. My father wasn't around, but my uncles definitely was there. Like when I say they was there, they was there. They taught me everything I needed to know about what I need to know. They taught me. Like my mother, I was thinking today when I was just over by my mom's, and I was just like, you know what? When I was growing up, I thought I don't have a relationship with my mother. I mean, I don't have a typical mother-daughter relationship. I do have a relationship with her, just not a mother-daughter relationship. So I was thinking about my upbringing, and if I was able, to just do away with the whole church thing. My mother was actually a pretty dope lady. Because as I think about it, she set me up. Like, she would send me to Saturday school where I learned, like, coding and how to build computers and all of that stuff. And then she set me up with school. Like, I got shipped out of school. At that time, I didn't want to go to school out there in the suburbs. But as a 40-year-old woman, I can look back and be like, dang, you know what? She actually set me up for success. She actually did. And not just because she sent me to a suburban school. It was just the route that she took. Amber Alert. I don't know if you're getting the Amber Alert where you are, but that was an Amber Alert. Um, I got set up for success, right? I'm not saying, oh my God, to an Amber Alert, but someone has taken a child. Did y'all just hear what I just said? I just said, if you're not, people are out here taking kids. Wait, they're not just taking kids, they're taking teenagers, they're taking adults. That's why in my videos I say just be kind. I say use your words, because we have all experienced some form of trauma, whether it was beatings, whether it was sexual abuse, whether it's emotional abuse. Maybe your mama or daddy or somebody called you dumb or stupid every day or all the time. Like, we don't understand how those little things that we experience when we're this small has a lasting effect on us. We probably think like, oh no, they ain't have no, like, I have a friend. He's a guy. He's a friend. I've known him for years. And he was like, you know what? I can see how my upbringing, I can see how my upbringing affected me. Like, situations happen in life, as most people experience. And he's never really had a real relationship because he was just smashing everything he could. Because that was, he grew up in an environment where being a player or, that kind of thing was just like normal. It was normal. He saw, you know, a whole family over here. But the father was still over here doing what he was doing. So he didn't think, okay. So when he got older, he was like, this is my main house. But I'm gonna still be over here doing what I'm doing. And I was like, well, why do you do that? And he was just like, well, that's all I know. Sometimes parents, I don't want to call it abuse, but in today's time, that's what it's called. Sometimes parents chastising their children or beating them or even punching and slapping. It's just like, why is that the first thing that comes to your mind rather than talking to me? That was something I'm glad I grew up in the family that I grew up in because I was able to vocalize that. You don't have to hit me. If you just tell me what it is that you want me to know, I can comprehend and I'll get it. Like, if you ever saw a child touch a stove, right? Most people just, and then don't touch it. I'm not saying you got to explain yourself every time, but this is a good thing, right? Sometimes parents feel like, I tell you what to do and you just going to do it because I'm your mother. Or I'm your father. And I'm just going to pose this question to you, right? Have you ever thought about how that affects the child? Because you're saying, I'm your mother, I'm your father, so you're supposed to do this. Now think about this. Think about somebody approaching them and then they do something that is not supposed to be done to them, but they say, I'm your uncle, or I'm your auntie, or I'm your grandfather, or I'm your pastor, or I'm this person, so you're supposed to do this. Now you are fostering in your child, and you're probably like, no, that ain't gonna happen to my child. It happened to you, didn't it? I'm sure our parents did not think, parents don't grow up and be like, my child is gonna be molested or abused or raped or taken advantage of, or they don't think like that. They just think like, my child is going to be out here and they're going to go to school, they're going to get a good job, they're going to get married, they're going to live life happy, they're going to have a better life than I did. When in actuality, if you didn't prepare me for life, we don't prepare kids for life. We are adults not even prepared for life. I used to think growing up, like, it was a lot to like have chores. Like, I know your kid, you probably have kids and they're like, if your kids have chores, because I know kids nowadays that don't have chores. Like, they get allowance, but I'll just be like, what you getting an allowance for? You didn't even do nothing. Like, you just get an allowance for just being. Back in my days, you have to wash basin boards and walls. Most kids don't even know what a basin board is. Like, see, I used to think that was traumatic for me. Why am I on my hands and knees washing basin boards? Why am I washing walls? The walls gonna get dirty again. Like, that to me was like punishment, like real life punishment. But in actuality, as I'm older, I know I need to clean. I know I need to clean behind a toilet stool. I need to lift the toilet seat up and get behind. Listen, when I tell y'all my cleaning skills are on point, I learned that. I learned a lot of good things, but I also learned a lot of traumatic things growing up. I think it's important for parents to love on their kids. Don't love in the sense of buying things or materialistic things. Like, you ever thought, like, you go to the store and you buy your kids these shoes and your kids are ungrateful because they really just wanted the little shoes that light up, but you don't want your kids to have those shoes because you don't want people to talk about them? Did you ever take the time to think, like, you know what? Maybe I want my baby to have these shoes because people used to talk about me. I think sometimes trauma that our parents experience that is never addressed, because who's going to address it? Their parents. When you start addressing traumas, or when you start, like, when I first talked to my mother about how I felt, or how I felt things went, it wasn't received well. And I can understand, like, it's like you trying to say I was a bad parent, or you trying to say I didn't do a good job. When the reality of it is if you didn't do a good job, take the criticism that you are receiving and do better. Like, if you go and you work in a job and your manager call you into the office and say, hey, you really messed up on this thing right here, you gonna fly off out the handle? Well, most people do fly off at the handle. But you should just be able to accept that. Like, you are the parent and you feel like, oh, I'm doing the best that I could. But as a child, if your child feel like you did a fucked up job, most parents are doing fucked up jobs because that's all they know is fucked up shit. If your parents didn't hug you and you didn't hug me, and then I turn around and get older and I say, I've never hugged you. You've never told me that you love me. You didn't come to my basketball games. You didn't come to my football games, cheerleading practice. You didn't come to my play when I was Juliet and Romeo and Juliet. You didn't support me in any of the things that I needed you to support. That can be trauma. Not having support. Not being able to have a genuine conversation with you. Like, not being able to even ask you about where you come from or what you experience. I think parents should do that, should talk to kids about stuff. Not even just kids. I think if you have older grown children, like, I respect my mother for talking to me now. I wasn't gonna say I would have liked it growing up, but hey, she's in a place where she could talk now. I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for that. Like, parents have their own traumas. And they don't go to therapy, because why would they go to therapy? They got their best friend, they man, and whoever else to get them through that, not realizing that doesn't get them through anything. It only blocks, it only puts it in the back of their mind, and then it's just like, well, I lived with it this long. I did it this way. I got molested and nothing happened to me. When in actuality, if you actually press pause on your life and sit back and look at it and start paying attention to, like, the trust issues, the insecurities. Like, I remember, like, I couldn't go spend a night at anybody's house. Like, there was like, okay, this person is doing this. No, you can't spend a night nowhere. Like, you probably had it. They can't go. You can't go over there, but they can come over here. You probably had that too. It's because we experience stuff like in our households. Like, in my household, I said this a couple weeks ago. Like, I never saw my mother bring a guy in our house. That's not to say that she didn't have guys. I just never saw her bring one in the house. And the more I start to think, like, when you're growing up, you have one thought, like, this is a thought. Like, my life that I experienced, that I know was really fucked up. But the best part of it was having a support system around me that was just like, that's not you. That was just the things that situations created in you. Like, parents I don't feel like they innately just want to be mean or they just want to be fucked up. I just think that they have traumas that no one addressed. Like, if your parents got beat all the time, or even if they cousin or uncle or auntie introduced them to drugs. Like, think about this, right? It's like normal to grow up in a household and people offer you alcohol. Or it's normal for your cousins to be out there smoking and then you smoke with them. Like, that was normal. For some people, that's still to this day normal. That's not normal. When you're growing up, you in there dancing and, in front of the family members and they offer you some beer. I was 5 years old when I had my first Pabst Blue Ribbon. If you don't know what that is, that's an old drink. But I don't even drink beer to this day. It's been nasty. It was nasty then. Smoking cigarettes, like, it's seeing our parents. Here's a trauma, right? Watching our parents be in a relationship for us. The whole, I say with you because of the kids, when in actuality we're kids, we don't even know what the fuck is going on. We don't even really care. We're just trying to live, go outside, ride our bikes, roller skates. Do kids still do that? Even though we're in a pandemic, I know they play video. Listen, I know they play video games. Fortnite, Roblox. I know they play video games, but it's like we don't take the time to talk to each other. We don't take the time to say, you know what, we stay together we stay together for y'all, but in actuality we stay together because we were two adults still trying to have our cake and eat it too. Now I'm just using that analogy, but it do make sense for you to have cake and eat it, because why would you waste the cake? But anyways, we just wanted to be together. We wanted to make it work. It didn't work, but we didn't want to go find somebody else. We didn't want to do something different, so we just stayed together. You don't understand, parents don't understand the lasting effects that have on their children. Like, you probably grew up in a household where your mom and daddy, you know, they didn't get together. They wasn't together. They was fighting off the time. They was fighting all the time. He cussing her out. She cussing him out. Some of y'all experienced domestic violence in your household. Like, some of us has experienced sexual abuse in the household. I'm not saying me. I'm just saying I'm including myself in here because, listen, some of your parents called you fat all the time. Somebody called you the little word that is a derogatory term for any African American male that is homosexual. Y'all know the word. I'm not going to say it. Anytime, you cried, like, guys, like, if you cried, no one expressed to you that it is okay for you to cry. It's okay for you to cry. It's okay for you to have emotions. It was always looked at like, men don't cry. Bro, what you crying for? That's some sucker shit, is what they would say. That's what I personally heard people say. It's okay if you cry. It's okay. Like, this whole journey y'all been seeing me going on, right? I had to tell myself that it was okay for me to cry. It was okay for me to be angry. It's okay for me to be disappointed. As long as I don't go and react, like, I don't act in that, it's okay for me to do that. I mean, I'm heartbroken. What the fuck am I supposed to do? I'm supposed to walk around with smiles, but how many of our parents did that? How many of our parents knew that, okay, my husband is out here cheating or my wife is out here cheating, but they sucked that shit up and still they thought that they were doing good by their kids, but they in turn caused that trauma on their kids. You look just like your daddy. Now they treating the kids bad because the husband or the baby daddy or the baby mama, trauma. You know you don't want to be with that woman. You know you don't want to be with that man. You know you don't. Tax money, he paying the bills. Something, we gotta like start thinking about self-care. We gotta start thinking about us. If you are a woman and you watching this and you with that man just because he paying your bills, listen, you could do this on your own. I know you probably don't want to because it's always good to be cuddled up with somebody. It's always good to be sleeping with somebody. Listen, I get it. But at the end of the day, you can do this by yourself. You probably thinking, I'm doing this for my kids. Your kids don't know nothing about it. They see this person, but that's it. They don't crave his attention. They don't crave him to be there. They really probably could care less. Then you grow up and then your kids start dating and then they beating on people or they talking down to people only because that's what they see in their household. That's what they grew up with. Y'all ever heard the analogy about bullies? Like bullies that, they go to school and bully other people? It's because it's what they experience in their household. Their mama calling you big as a house. You fat, look at you. Why? Why would you inflict? My mom used to say it to me and I didn't. This is what I'm going to say. Y'all know the whole thing, sticks and stones may break my bones. Wait, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Biggest lie ever. Biggest lie ever. One of the biggest lies ever, because words last longer than those sticks and stones. You can shoot a stick, it'll probably break a bone or the heel, but that word would deposit in the back of my head, and as I'm growing, it will come. That's why parents who call their kids dumb, stupid, little bitch, get your dumb ass, all of those things, it's like, why would you say that to your child? They are another human being. What happened to respect? It's like we beat respect into people. We slap respect. Like we physically cause harm to someone else to get them to respect us. When in actuality, all we have to do is talk to them as a human being and they will respect us. Well, I will. That's why for me, if y'all see, I be doing these videos. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna start showing y'all. In the morning, I'm gonna do a get ready with me, and I'm gonna show y'all what I do early in the morning when I get up. Um, I just had to change everything. Like I thought about like my aunties and uncles and how I wanted them to be with me, and so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna be there for my nieces and nephews. I have a 18 about to be 19, a 13, about to be 6, about to be 4, about to be, all their birthdays coming up. So there's about to be. And I've never beat them, slapped them, I never even yelled at them. I just talked to them. And you know the thing that really made them sad is when I told them they can't come over my house. They be devastated when I tell them they can't come over my house. But I never tell them that they can't come over my house. I tell them they can come over my house anytime they want to. They know where I live. Come on over. You hungry? I'll make you something to eat. You want to sit and watch movies? We could do that. You want to make some music? We could do that. I want to be that auntie where I want to make sure that the people around me have a safe space. That's why this is Chelle's Closet. I want to make sure that y'all have a safe space where you can come and talk about anything. Anything. We need to talk about it. I told somebody today I was talking about parental traumas. Why are you going to bring that up? Because it's a lot of parents out here. It's a lot of parents who have experienced trauma at the hands of their parents. And it's a lot of them who are parents now that are exposing their children to those traumas. Y'all know I got a little speech impediment, so it would be hard for me to get my words together. But listen, at the end of the day, we got to stop with the trauma. We gotta stop, because your mama beat you or slapped you in the face. When you said something doesn't mean you have to slap your. This generation is different. I was a different generation. I didn't have to get beat. I don't remember my mother getting beat. I can say that because I grew up in the same household. Like literally grew up in the same household. That was crazy. But no, so I watched a lot of stuff happen. I know people that I grew up with that didn't come from good households, that didn't come from loving families. So, they just do what they are accustomed to. They do what they saw their mama and daddy do. And if you saw your mama nagging your father when she was just asking, where are you going? Why, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. Where are you going? You don't got a job, so where are you going? When phones are ringing and it's like, oh, could you meet me here? And it's like, wait, here's a new little baby. Where does this little baby come from? When people have it's families right here. And I know y'all know it's families right here. Be right here taking care of everything. And then it's a family up the block. It's a family behind y'all. Like families. And y'all all got the same father. It's trauma. Your mother being strong, you look at her as being strong. Oh, she's strong. She helped us. In actuality, your mother should have put her foot down and was like, you know what? You're not going to do this to me. But then if you think about it, like think about women. We take a lot of shit. A lot of it. A lot of these situations that exist right now is because we take a lot of shit. A lot of it. We shouldn't, but we do, because we are taught to just be the bearer of it. We the like rock of the family. Girl, so what, he be out late night, at least he come on and pay your bills. You can pay your own bills. And the same goes for guys. If you are with that woman just because she got some, listen. I asked somebody, I said, if the person that you are with loses their ability, like something happens to their face, would you still be with them? Do you know they hesitated to answer the question? If that person couldn't work anymore, they didn't have a job, they didn't have no more money, would you be with them? You should be looking, you should ask your partner that. You should ask the person you with, the person you plan to be with. You should ask that. You should be asking, you should always ask questions. Go beyond the little surface questions. How many kids you got? Ask them how they treat their baby mama. Ask them how they treat their mama. Ask them how they treat their daddy. Those are questions that people should be asking. Cause you know why? Look at how they treat their brothers and sisters. If they always cussing their brothers and sisters out or calling them dumb and stupid, you probably don't want to talk to them because they don't even know how to talk to another human being. I have brothers, and not one time have I ever called them dumb or stupid. Not. I won't. You won't hear that come. I'm saying it right now. I'm not saying you guys are dumb and stupid, but y'all know what I'm saying. I don't think that calling people out their names, fighting them, I don't think that beating up on my brother is gonna make them tougher. I don't like all of these things. All of these things. I want to take my son fishing so he'll. You know how many people went fishing? You know how many people went hunting? You know how many people played basketball? Pop Warner. What's the other one? The other basketball where they travel across AAU. You know how many people was in that? You know how many people grew up was like, you know what? I don't even want to do this. I don't want to play this instrument, but because my parents love it and they brag. Like a lot of parents do stuff just so they can. You heard of like keeping up with the Joneses. That's what it's called. A lot of people do that. Oh, your son went to college and graduated, now he's a doctor. Or look at my daughter, she did this. It comes from things that they experienced growing up. We gotta stop the cycle of trauma. We got to stop that's why I said a couple weeks ago about generational trauma. Generational curses is shit that people haven't talked about. Shit that people have not addressed. At the end of the day, if you and your daughter have the same story about being molested, especially if it comes to Uncle Pete, that is a problem. You might not see it as a problem, but that is a problem. If anybody in your family can say Uncle Pete touched me, but if more than one person in your family can say Uncle Pete touched me, that's a problem. If you've been molested and you know your children, that's a problem. Molestation, abuse, like physical abuse, mental abuse is when you're calling your child fat or dumb, stupid, or nobody's going to ever love you. You ain't going to never get no man. You ain't going to never get no woman. Like all of that stuff. That's abuse. That's trauma. That's traumatic to the person that you are saying that to. We got to do better. I'm saying we got to do better. I don't have any kids, but you best to believe I will never tell my niece that she's fat. I'll never tell my nephew that he's fat. I won't even joke about it. I won't do none of that. Because at the end of the day, I don't know how they feel about well, I know because I talk to them. But you don't know how they feel about that. They can look at themselves in the mirror and see their body is changing. But if you're not adult enough to talk to your child about the different changes in life, not just the birds and the bees or racism. Talk to them about everything. I don't got time to do that. I gotta go to work. I gotta do all this. If you don't talk to your child about it, someone else will. And you don't know how that someone else will talk to your child. Listen, you don't know. I'm going to tell you this. You want to make sure, you want to protect your child, you want to do whatever you can, talk to your child. Talk to them. Hug them. Kiss them. Reward them for doing a good job. Do all of those things so they won't have to look to the person outside of you to do that for them. Most of these people are in relationships, like teenagers get into relationships and they feel like, oh, this person really loves me, and he's beating them because he saw his father do the same thing to his mama. She was subjective. She was submissive. He saw his father beat his mother, and his mother started paying attention to what he was saying. He didn't have to say nothing twice. That's the thing. It's like, oh, so if I beat her, I'm gonna be able to do what I want to. Don't check my phone. We got to teach these generations, the next generations. Even some of us can still help each other out. You see something that's going on, talk to them. I just watched a thing earlier. It was like the girl was dating this guy and he was real possessive, and she got a scholarship to go to a college, and her mother was so excited. She's like, oh yeah, my daughter got a scholarship to run track, and she got a scholarship. She told everybody she was excited, my daughter is going off. And so the daughter, when the mother got to the car, she was like, my daughter asked me why was I telling people, and she was like, I'm just excited. And her daughter was like, she didn't want the person she had just broke up with him. She didn't want him to know that she was going to college, right? 9 months later, this young man found out that she was going to college and everything, and he murdered her and her sister. And had the mother come home, he probably would have murdered her too. That's a special kind of like hatred or insecurity or just trauma. What gave him the right to feel like he could take her life? And then it was the mother she was being interviewed, and she said she remembered her daughter telling her that if anything happened to her, it was this person that did it. Did y'all hear what I just said? Like, we don't even, if you have a teenage child, if you have teenagers, if you have kids that are still living with you, you definitely want to talk to them about their relationships, because you might have raised a child. Like, you might have raised your child in a good household and you love your child and you show them the right way. However, the person that they're dating probably come from a fucked up situation. And now that's a whole nother thing. And sometimes families be on whole other things. Families. Listen, long story short, so what happened was the young man, she broke up with him. 9 months later, he eliminated her and her sister, and him and his cousin. They all went to school together. They planned, the cousin, the ex-boyfriend and the cousin planned it. When I watched it, I was just like, how many kids or how many people are in situations? Like, when this pandemic first started, I was just thinking about all the people that come from domestic violence. Like, now they can't go to school to get away from it. Like, the kids, and they hear their parents fighting all the time. They can't go to school to get away from that. They are in the house 24 hours a day, 7 days a week with these people while this is going on. Like, I think about, not even, like, sometimes it doesn't even have to be like physical abuse. It could be the mental abuse. It could be, oh, you will never be nothing. You gonna be just like your daddy. You gonna be sorry. You gonna end up, it's that. We don't even think about that as a form of abuse, but it is a form of abuse. That's why I said words carry. Words last. It lasts longer than you just the slap. You'll slap them, okay, they'll be purple, blue, black, whatever it is. But that's trauma too. No, I'm not saying it's not trauma. That's trauma too. But that emotional, the stuff that gets stuck up in here, y'all, like, you pointed to the back, yeah, because it gets stuck up in here in the closet. And then, you start wilding out, and then you just think about it. When you get older, you wild out. Yeah, everybody, oh, I'm going to get wild. It's my 20s is like your wild phase, people say. Then when you start to get older, you just look back like listen, I'm 40. I look back at my life and I just be like, I see September up until this very moment, I dealt with so much stuff that I didn't even realize that I should have dealt with, but I realized it. Listen, I apologize to my younger self. Why would you apologize to your younger self? Because I put myself in situations that I knew I shouldn't have been in, but because I was in search of something. You probably like, you trying to tell us just because you went through, who better to tell you? Who better to tell you about being an alcoholic than an alcoholic? Who better to tell you about crack than somebody who smoked crack? I'm not saying that I smoke crack, I'm just saying. Who better to tell you that? Who better to tell you about not to having kids before, not to have sex, kids come with, than somebody who had sex and had a baby? Who better to talk to you about divorce than somebody who's been divorced? You see how that goes? Why do you think they have gang members? Like, why do you think they have Beyond Scared Straight, whatever that is? Because they're trying to get these kids to see, like, these people are just like you. They was just like you. They was out on the street thinking they was, having fun, turning up with their friends, and look at where they at. And then they bring these girls, boys. First it was just used to be boys, but now it's the girls. These girls is just as ruthless as these young men are. Listen, we gotta do better. Our kids, the generations that's coming up behind us, deserve better. You as a parent, you probably looking at your child like, you know what? I should say something to them. But I'm not gonna say to. I'm gonna let the If you love, listen. I'm gonna tell you. I'm praying. I'm praying for DMX. I am. I watched a story where DMX said he was 14 years old, and the person that he looked up to got him hooked on crack. Every time I've ever seen him tell that, he's told that story multiple times, and every time I watched it, it's something that comes over him, and it's like when he said it, he said, I was hanging out with him, and I looked up to him. That's why you got to make sure you know who your kids. You got to know who around you. You got to know. He said it was rolled in. It wasn't in the crack pipe. It wasn't in whatever else they used. It was in a blunt. He's 14. The man passed it to him like you should hit it. Ever since then, we see God. I'm praying for the families. I hope everything. I hope it work out. But we gotta be mindful of that. Like, people be like, oh, no, I'm not smoking with nobody. I'm not drinking with nobody that's under 21. Not at all. I'm not smoking with nobody. I'm not partying. I'm not turning up with nobody that's not legally able to do that. What I look like? No, 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 no. People getting fake IDs and letting the kids up in these. No, 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 no. That stuff don't go on around me. You gonna come over to my house, I'm gonna drink? No. You're not gonna be drinking with me and you're not 21. Not at all. But there's people out here who will have your 14, 15-year-old son, daughter at the party, smoking, passing them the blunt, making sure they got something drinking in their cup. We got to be mindful. We got to talk to people about things like this. I be telling the people I know that smoke, listen, if you don't see them roll it up, don't you smoke it. Oh, but it's free. Listen, don't you smoke it. Now I'm going to start sending them the little clip. As soon as I sent it to my brother, like, bro, this is what I be trying to tell you. I be giving people the benefit of the doubt. We give people the benefit of the doubt, but all it takes is they don't be thinking. People don't think. They just react. That's all. People just react. We so numb. We are numb to life. We are numb. Our life has been so fucked up. We don't even look for brighter things. Did y'all ever wonder why I be like, better, better, better? Why I say use your words and love yourself, know yourself, trust yourself, and be yourself? Because we don't hear those things. When was the last time somebody told you to be you, or love yourself, or respect yourself? We don't hear people telling us to respect ourselves. We don't hear people telling us to believe in ourselves. We don't hear that. Our parents, well, my mother, she definitely wasn't like, oh, you could be this. She wasn't like that. But she sent me to school and they showed me that, you could be what I'm doing right now. I had so many performances in my life, but you know what? The most important one that my mother came to was my senior recital when I got ready to graduate school. That's exactly what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. That's why I say I knew I had people. When I say I had, my uncles was there. My father wasn't there. He was where he was. But my uncles told me, you don't take nothing from nobody. They told me if you say no, if the situation look like it's, when you go to the club, don't leave your drink. When I tell you they ran it down for me, they ran it down. And if I wasn't the one rolling it or cracking open the bottle, oh, you should. And I'm looking at everybody else. No. I always be the, listen, and you can ask anybody that be around me. If we going out, I'm going to always be the sober one. try to pass me a bottle of water and it look like it's open a little bit, or I squeeze it and some water come out of it. No, I'm good. That means somebody poked a hole in it. Y'all probably thinking, oh, you going a little bit extreme. You should be. You should be checking everything. If you got a 13, 14, 12, 11, 10, 8-year-old, if they got a phone or they got access to an iPad, some of y'all needs to be on these Xbox, PlayStation 5s, PS4s. Y'all needs to be on there too. Listen, because them people that be in their ear, y'all be watching the news. People be meeting up with people. Listen, it's a whole global pandemic, but guess what? People are still taking kids. Especially people of color. People of color are the highest people that's being human trafficked right now. We got to do better. And I'm saying we because every day I make a conscious decision to get up and say, better, better, better. When I tell y'all, I've been working out for 34 days, 35 days. Today I did yoga. If you would have told me that yoga was out, let me tell y'all. I thought yoga was just like sit and breathe, and you cross your legs and you just hold your body up. Oh no, I was mistaken. I did yoga today. My arms, my body was shaking. Like I felt like jello. I'm gonna do yoga again tonight at like 10:30, maybe 11. But I keep saying better. Every day I wake up in the morning, I say I want to be a positive person. I want to put out love and kindness in the air. And every day I make that conscious decision to do that. I want my brothers to know that I love them. So every day I will get up. Good morning, brother. I love you. Have a great day. My mother, Grand Rising, I hope that you'll have an awesome day at work. I want that. So whenever, if something happened to me, I want people to be able to remember like, oh yeah, she definitely loved, she definitely cared. That's what I want to be remembered for. I'm not saying that I'm dying. I'm just saying I want to be remembered for that. I want, whenever you guys come to these YouTubes, I want you to be able to be like, damn, she really positive. All she talk about is being better. All she talk about is she's sharing quotes like every day. And then she talking about a juice she drinking. And then she doing... I want you to be able to remember, because guess what? Every time you click on this video, on one of these videos, you're going to get some positivity. It's going to counteract. Somewhere it's going to stick in the back right here. Y'all see? Y'all see I have to do a little muscle check. Listen, I'm getting there. But it's going to stick in the back of your head. You're going to remember it. It's going to be there. When you think of shelves, when you think of a closet, you're going to think of shelves closet. It's going to be in the back of your head like, I got to be better. You deserve to be better. You didn't survive a global fucking pandemic to be over here dealing with the same shit. Your parents treated you bad. You know what? You need to forgive them. If they never apologize for treating you bad, if they never admit to the fact that they treated you bad, you need to forgive them. Mainly for you. Mainly for you. Listen, I've forgiven so much. I've forgiven, I've overcome. I feel like, people say time heals all wounds, right? Second biggest lie and I'm only calling it a lie because there's a lot of time that went past with situations and I'm still not healed. I am healing, but I am not healed. I'm not really sure on what it means to be healed or how you will know that you are healed. Actually, I do know how you will know that you are healed. I have healed from a lot of situations. And maybe, you know what? Maybe it was a time, or maybe it was just, I don't give a fuck. Like, I used to have this thing where if you cross this line, you overstep that boundary, you are in this I don't give a fuck category. That's just where you went. I didn't even care. But, on this journey of self-discovery and healing, I just let go of a lot of shit. I just let go. I just realized, like, you know what? It's not beneficial for me. So if it's not beneficial for me, you do not get any room in my... You see, you don't get any room. You don't get a thought. You're not even in the back of here. You're nowhere. You just exist over there. I'm in a space of positivity and love. I don't want to have hatred and anger towards anybody. Not at all. I just want to be in a space of love. When I tell you I wake up every day and I work out and I get my juice in and then I start my day. Like I light my smudge stick and I start my day. Open up all the windows in my house, let the air light my candles. I start my day. When I tell y'all the what when I smile now, it's like my face goes up when I smile, but I feel like a rush in my entire body. It just be like that's what it feels like. Like one day, like my dreams are going to happen, and then your dreams start happening. I told you guys earlier, if you didn't watch the video, you should definitely watch it. I would have never applied for a job in another country, but I don't know what is going on. I just saw it and was like, oh, I would kill that job. That would be a good job for me. I'm good at that. And I was like, nope. Sent. I know they probably won't get it to like Monday, or maybe they did look at it. I don't know. But if I get this job, y'all gonna see. If I get this job, or when I get this job, I don't know. I just want us to do better. We deserve better. We survived a global fucking pandemic. Survive. We are surviving. We are surviving. We should want to do better. We should want to do better, not just for us, especially if you are a parent, if you have kids, you should want to do better for your kids. You should want to have that relationship with your child. Like that's the thing for me, where I say that this pandemic was a blessing, not that people are passing away or anything like that, but it has allowed me to grow a relationship with my mother and my father. My father just called me the other day. He is really heartbroken about the situation that's going on. And I tried to express to him, like, sometimes things just happen in life. And he's still, he's older. And, when people become attached, hey. But for me, I could not have asked for, I don't even know. Like, just being able to speak with my mother and we actually have a conversation back and forth, and we actually have understandings, and we're not talking about other people, we're talking about us. Like, she's being vulnerable with me, and of course I'm being vulnerable with her, not just like, ooh, I want to have a mother-daughter relationship, because at this point, if I could respect you as a human being, not just because you're my mother, because that's obligationable, but I respect you as a human being. Like, if parents looked at their children as another human being, and not that, oh, I'm your mother, I'm your father, you gonna respect me. Of course, kids are going to respect you because of the position that you hold in your life. But you should want them to actually love you. You should want them to actually respect you, not out of fear, but out of love. If we think about life, and that's the most basic sense, whether you believe in Buddha, Allah, Jesus, whoever you believe in, love is the most essential foundation for everything. Love. We don't have, our understandings of love has been manipulated. We feel like because our parents buy us shit, that means they love us. I'm not saying that they don't love you, but cancel that out. I'm not saying that they don't love you. However, what I'm saying is, if you truly love someone, you don't want to hurt them. If you truly love someone, you want to make sure that they are good in every sense of being good. You want to make sure that your children, like if your child has struggled during this entire time with virtual learning, and you know that you are not tech savvy, you should have probably, or you still can, get your child a tutor or someone that can help them. Just like if they was in normal school. Just like now, they want to vaccinate everybody. They're making it mandatory, or not mandatory, voluntarily, to go back to school, to go to work, to go to sporting events, to go to concerts. Next thing you know, everybody in the world gonna be vaccinated. Wait, is everybody in the world gonna be vaccinated, or is it just the United States? Anyways, I think it's important for parents to heal the things that they have experienced. You know, I was talking to my uncle, God bless his soul, God bless the dead. And he was telling me about how parents who people who grew up in the South wouldn't get too attached to their kids, because at any time, things could happen. They can get sold to the next people, so that helped me understand a lot. So a lot of the people that grew up didn't have attachments to their kids. Some people did have attachments to their kids, and some parents didn't. I grew up, I had a key to the house. I was a real responsible I was an adult, but I was a child. So I grew up faster than I was supposed to. I knew things that I shouldn't have never saw. But I saw them. I experienced them. I know them. Do I want my niece and nephews to experience that at the age I was? Hell no. No. I don't think anybody. No. I think kids should be allowed to be kids. I think teenagers should be allowed to be teenagers. I don't think they should have to experience adult situations. I don't think that should be something that they should be introduced to. I think if something happened to a child, I think the parent, once you know that something happens to your child, you should do whatever. Move heaven and earth. I know you can't really do that, but I think you should try. Your child should see you trying to move heaven and earth, so that they'll know that you will go to the lengths for them. So if somebody touched them inappropriately, they're not over here well, I can't tell my mother because she gonna get mad, or I can't tell my father because they're gonna be mad. Who gives a fuck? Your child should be able to come and talk to you about everything. Anything and everything. Those parents who kids can come and talk to them, I'd be like, good job. If your child is going through something and you why they didn't tell me? If you ever said why they didn't tell me, that means that you need to build a relationship with your child. Not just because you are the mother, and not just because you are a father. You need to have a genuine relationship with your child. We need to establish more genuine relationships with people. Genuine. Not just because you my sister, we gonna hang out. No, I love you as a person, and we're going to hang out. The sister thing is that's a bonus. You my little brother, so I'm gonna hang out with you. No, I love you, you love me. We gonna hang out together. We gonna get to know each other. How many of y'all really know your brother and sister? We're talking about parents, but how many of you really know your brother and sister? If your brother and sister was depressed, would you know that? If your brother and sister was struggling, would you know that? I make it my business, not this is all I live for, but I make it my business to call, text, FaceTime, pop up on my brothers. How y'all doing? What's going on? How's everything going? That's something my grandmother instilled in us, talking about everything. Talking, asking questions. You should know how your brother or sister is doing. There shouldn't be, I said this the last time, there shouldn't be any, this child is more than this child. We are all siblings. I know every parent, listen, if you're a parent, I know you probably I don't got no child, I don't love all of my kids the same. Your kids know who's the favorite. We all know that. Everybody, you can say, we all know who the favorite kids are. If there's more than one, we already know. At the end of the day, we gotta stop inflicting trauma onto someone else. We gotta deal with the shit that we went through. I'm not saying mask it. I'm not saying okay, I was molested. No, you need to address the fact that you was molested. who you was molested by, how all of it happened, how you need to address all of that, acknowledge and address all of that so that you can properly heal from that. Just to be like, oh, I was molested, my mama was molested, my cousin was molested, this person was molested. Do you see that? How many people have been affected? Especially don't let it be by no just one person or multiple people in the same family. That's some fucked up shit. Now, all of these people have experienced trauma, so now their relationships with other people is going to be tainted because their outlook, like, even if you think about it, if you've been molested, think about how you look at love. If you were sexually molested, your interpretation of love has now become touch. You probably will never experience the cosmetology or what it means to actually have a intimate relationship with another individual because that was stolen from you. So now when you have sex, it's just sex. It's not love making. It's not intimacy. It's not the beautiful thing that it was supposed to be. It's just sex. People be in relationships and never experience the intimacy of love making. People be in relationship but never even experience the intimacy of relationships. It's either, oh, they pay my bills, or for the kids, or because she got good this, or she could cook, or she got a house, or he got a house. Like, if we actually paid attention to why we really do the shit that we do, a lot of this shit would be superficial. A lot of us will be like, you know what, damn, I don't really... I was talking to somebody, they was like, where's all... They was in my house, I was like, where is this, where is that? I was like, you know what, actually, I really just want to travel the world. I know that we are in a global pandemic. I really just want to travel. That was my ultimate thing. I just want to travel, go to other countries, just... see. I want to be one of those people that just jet set it and travel, did vlogs while I was traveling everywhere. That's what I want to do. That's what I want to do. That's what I'm going to do. I planned on having a house. I planned on, but then I started looking into minimalism, and it was just like, you know what, why do I have a TV in every room? Some of the rooms I don't even be in, but why do I have a TV in every room? Why do I have this? Why is it there? Like, I just got rid of... My mother came over. She was like, where's your microwave? I was like, I don't have a microwave. Just put it in a air fryer. It's like 32, 14. It do a lot of different things, but put it in there and warm it up. What do I need a microwave for? All the health stuff with what do I need that for? And then I don't really be eating. Y'all see... I got a whole plate here. I didn't even eat it. I don't really be eating because I be juicing, and my whole, everything done changed. I don't need that. Like, I was looking at my shoes, like, I have a closet lined up full of shoes. I only wear 2 pairs of shoes. Only 2. I was just thinking, you know what, I should resell these. Some of them are still in the box. I've never put my feet in them. Brand new. Hundreds of dollars. Spent hundreds of dollars on these shoes and never wore them. Brought them because it was like, ooh, I want these. Never wore them. They're just in there. So I said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go ahead and turn these shoes into money. And I'm going to invest that money. Like, I've been investing that money in, hey, I'm going to make it work. I started thinking, my mother... I can honestly say that my mother really set me up. And I don't mean in a bad way. I mean, she set me up. Like, the whole church thing, that's that. But if I was to just look at the life that she built for me, she set me up. Yes, there was times where she called me out my name. Yes, there was those things. But the overall, I'm always going to be the one that finds the good in everything. Yes, every situation in life has bad. But for me, the good always outweigh the bad. Always. It's going to always outweigh the bad. I'm not going to wake up and be like, you know what? I'll tell y'all what happened to me this morning. I woke up this morning And I was like, I really miss. And I sat with that for a minute, and I was just like, why out of all the days, out of all the months, out of all the days, do I really miss right now? Like, what is it? I didn't know what it was. Like, what? I didn't look at a picture. I didn't, nothing. It was just like, I really miss. And then I was just like, okay, now that that's over. And then I started doing yoga. And I damn near killed myself. Not really, but it was hard. I'm going to do it again. But it was hard. And the lady on the TV, she was like, if you're not sweating, I was like, sweating? I'm swimming in the pool of people don't be doing this and don't sweat? I knew I was doing it right, because when I tell you I was shaking, like, even just being here, like, everything around me has gotten better because I'm dealing with the traumas that I experienced when this first happened. I internalized so tough. Like, I'm a Cancer. I be emotional about everything. I be taking everything on. That's why I be watching the news. That's why I be scrolling too. I don't scroll on Facebook. I don't even be on Facebook like that. I be on TikTok. I don't be scrolling. Anything that's like has to do with emotions, or I stay away from it, because I already got enough things going on. But when I see other people, like when I heard that story earlier that I told y'all about, I was just like, oh my God. And then I realized that if the mother would have came home, that they would have eliminated. That's why that surface stuff that people be doing. Oh yeah, girl, come have a drink, come do all this. Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all, it's in the last 6 years, I done had a lot of drinks. I done went to a lot of dinner parties. I done did a lot of stuff. And these people, I don't even talk to. Right now today, I don't talk to them. Haven't talked to them in 7-8 months. And not because I didn't, not because I didn't try to reach out and talk to them, because I did. Because if you know me, you know I'm a communicator. I like to text, talk. I like to do all of that. If I say I rock with you, you're going to get a text from me. You're going to get an email, a text, a DM. You're going to get something from me. If you don't believe me, it's people on here that's watching that I done reached out to. Text, FaceTime. That's just me. But if I ain't talked to you in 7-8 months, or when I did reach out to you, you was on that other stuff. Listen, let me tell y'all who I am. If I rock with you, I rock with you. I'm the type of person that if you do some shitty stuff to me and you need my kidney, I will give you my fucking kidney, because I don't want you to be out here like that. That's me. Not because I'm dumb, not because I'm naive. It's because at the end of the day, you are a human fucking being. No one deserves to be out there and be lonely or heartbroken or all of that other shit. Like the people that be standing in the corner. Me and my mother, yesterday we was riding, and I pulled up. And I'm like, damn it. I usually keep change in my car, but I be giving out so much of my change. I don't have nothing, but I had just got some water, right? So he's sitting out there. He's like, anything could help. I gave this man 3 bottles of water. My mama went in her pocket and put some dollars. That man cracked open that water so fast and he drank 2 bottles. I gave him some more bottles. Listen, nobody should be without water. I just thought, like, and then usually, like, one time my brother was really upset at me. This was years ago. It was like decades ago. He was really upset. He was like, why did you just get that man that money he was going to do? I was like, listen, because at the end of the day, if I was ever in that situation, I won't want nobody to look at me and be like, why? You need to go get a job. You need to go do this. We don't even know those people's situations. We just automatically assume that, they on drugs. They doing this now. I know. Y'all know I know. I'm just saying. We automatically assume that. Have you ever taken the time to talk to one of them? To understand how they got into that situation? You probably didn't, because you really didn't care. Me, I care. That's what I'm saying. I be caring about shit. Like, people be doing me. They don't do me. People have done me dirty. And then they needed something. And I wasn't like, ooh, let me do this because you did it. It's like, I'm going to do that. You already know. I'm not that type. That's not me. I'm not going to treat you shitty because you treated me shitty. Because I was raised. I got morals and values. That's just like this whole situation, right? I'm not going to run out here and get up under the next person and be like, ooh, let me take my mind off of that. No, fuck that. I need to heal from this fucking situation. So in the event that somebody that really loves me and cherishes me and gonna treat me like I'm supposed to be treated come along, I'm not treating them how I'm not pulling that baggage. I'm not no fucking bag lady. I sung that last night. When I tell y'all, if you go listen to that and understand what she said, you bringing all this baggage over to a new relationship. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to heal. I have allowed myself time to heal. I'm not running out here. I'm not on no dating site. I'm not trying to be in a relationship. I'm loving on myself right now. Loving. When I say loving, do y'all see? Loving. If y'all join me on Twitch, y'all see I be getting it in. I don't half-ass work. I don't, let me just do that. No, I be going hard with the workouts. I got weights. I got listen, I got a mat. I be going hard because you know why? I have to do this for me. Y'all be wondering why I be like, I didn't survive a global fucking pandemic, because I didn't. I didn't survive a global fucking pandemic to be waiting, talking to people that don't respect me for who I am. If I've come to you and I've been nothing but genuine to you and you can't see that or appreciate that, you don't even understand what love is. Love is not calling you dumb and stupid. Love is not trying to control you. Love is not manipulating you. Love is not even trying to get you to get away from another person so that I can be with you. That's not love. That's not love. Especially if I've known my entire life that you was my soulmate and then all of a sudden I wake up one day. No, that's not love. That's not love. Love doesn't want you to be broken. Love doesn't want you. Love loves you. Love wants you to be better. Love wants you to be positive. You should be achieving whatever you said when you was little. You was like, oh, when I grow up, I'm going to be an astronaut, or whatever you said you was going to do. Why the fuck you ain't doing it right now? So what? Your mama, your daddy, everybody told you that you wasn't going to be shit. You are shit. You watching this video, you are something. You are the shit. That's what you are. The shit. That's you. People that's been on the block with you, you grew up with, hang out with, look at them. I'm not saying look at them and turn your nose up. What I'm saying is look at them. Are y'all still in the same spot that y'all was when y'all was friends back in high school? If you can look at all of your people that was in high school and y'all still doing the same shit, you don't think that it's time for you to grow up? I said to myself, I'm gonna tell you, I said to myself the other day, I said, you know what, Chelle, you are pussyfooting around right now. I said that to myself. I erased my whiteboard and I wrote new things up on my whiteboard. And ever since April 1st, it's only been 4 days, but ever since April 1st, I've been knocking shit off my list. Of course, I'm on list number 6. Almost at list number 7 now. Knocking shit off. I didn't survive that to be over here like, ooh, one day I'm going to be. No, that one day is right now. Right now. If you got, oh, my parents should have taught me about credit. My parents should have taught me. Teach your fucking self. Especially if you are grown. Teach yourself. We're going to stop blaming people for shit that happened to us. Let's accept responsibility. You're probably like, well, you're talking about parents. Now, you can have a conversation, right? You can have a conversation with your parents. If you are an adult, somewhere in there, you gotta accept accountability for what your part. Because when you come into the knowledge of knowledge, when you come into the understanding of knowledge and you know better, you seen better, you do better, that's when you should do better. If you know that your parents didn't teach you about credit, but you came into the knowledge of credit, you take that shit that you learned and you share with your mother and your father. You share with your siblings. That's where you pass around the generational knowledge. You pass it on to other people. Don't just take that shit and be like, well, y'all didn't, they wasn't trying to tell me. You share that shit. I went to school, studied music, learned all as I could about music. When my little brother was like, I'm going to do music. Oh, I got you. I'm going to tell you every fucking thing I need to know. I'm going to tell you all of my experiences. I'm going to tell you the good, the bad, the ugly, the shit nobody is ever going to ever hear me say again. I'm going to tell you all of that. Why? Because I want, when you get out there, you know the good, the bad, the ugly, and all the shit that nobody else would ever hear me say again. Parents, If you know you went through some shit, you should turn around and tell your kids this shit. Tell them why you feel like that person ain't their friend. Tell them why you feel like they shouldn't go over to this house or why they shouldn't be hanging out with these people. We should start telling people that. Why should we start telling people that? Because they don't know. It's 30-year-olds out here trying to still turn up and hang out. Ain't nothing wrong with turning up and hanging out, but you don't got no responsibilities. You ain't taking care of your responsibilities. Let's go. Somebody should tap them on the shoulder. Hey, listen, you about 30 now. You know, you should probably be trying to figure your life out. Figure it out. Put some roots down. That's what they used to say. Establish some roots. Get some roots. Get you, I'm not saying go get you a girlfriend or a boyfriend or girl, whatever your preference is. I'm saying establish something. Get you have a place. Get you a place. Get you a good job. You don't even have to get you a job. Own the fucking business. Do y'all see how much money is out here? It's money out here. And I'm not just talking about people just going to get, PPP loans and nothing like that. I'm talking about you can establish a fucking business and they will give you money for your business that you establish. Now that I said that, if you are only going to do this shit for the money, you are in it for the wrong thing. That's when I say you grew up in a household where your family didn't have, where y'all lacked financially, so all y'all can think about is money, when in reality what they should have taught you is how to be a responsible adult. Responsibility is what should have been taught. If you watched your parents, listen, we could talk about this all day, but I ain't trying to talk about this all day because I have other things to do. I just want to come and talk to y'all about this for right now because I got other topics. But I had to talk about this today because we don't acknowledge that parents inflict trauma on their kids. We don't talk about that. We talk about all of the other traumas that we experience at family, friends, people close to our families. But let's talk about the trauma that we experience from our parents. Watching y'all not even hug or kiss each other. Watching y'all box it out with each other, or you beat one person getting beat up more than the other. Watching the emotional abuse, like we watch that, we experience that, and some of y'all even turn around and do the shit to y'all kids. I said it on last week, like how the fuck do you watch a kid, like what can a child actually do to you to make you want to ball up your fist and hit them? They are a child. That's when I say that parents have, adults, I'm not even going to just put it on parents. I'm going to say adults have shit that they need to let go of. Because anytime you can ball your fist up and hit a baby or abuse a toddler, you have problems. You need help. I'm not saying you, but I'm saying if that's what you're doing. If your child is crying, you haul off and punch them, you have issues. You have something. You need to go in the back of your head and figure out, why the fuck did I just punch my baby? It's a baby. It's a toddler. They gonna cry. They gonna whine. That's just what they do. But I'm sick of this shit. Listen, maybe they need their pamper change. Maybe they're hungry. Maybe they just want you to pick them up and hold them. Like, we got to start giving ourselves alternatives. Like, if the first thing that comes to your mind is violence, you need help. People probably not going to say that, but I'm going to tell you need help. If the first thing that comes to your mind is violence, like if the first thing comes to your mind is, oh, I'm about to go whoop this bitch ass, or I'm about to go do this, you need help. There's something. If communication, if talking about it don't come to your mind, you need help. If getting to the bottom of it don't come to your mind, you need help. Even if you violence, you need help. I'll be okay with you even just saying, I ain't even going to fucking worry about it. I'm going to move on and do this. But in reality, somewhere in the back of your head, it's still going to be in the back of there. So you're going to definitely have to, it might not be a big thing for you today, but one day it's going to come from the back to the front and you're going to have to deal with it. Let me tell y'all, in these last 8 months now, I've been dealing with everything that comes to my heart or my mind. I've been dealing with that shit. When I tell y'all my relationship with my parents are better because I dealt with the shit. my relationship with my siblings, my relationship with my immediate family, out, the family outside of my family, like my aunties and uncles, all that shit is being healed. Like, it's growing, it's being healed. I feel freer, not just because of those things, but because I'm treating my body right. If you ain't even treating your body right, like, I know I'm 40. I'm trying to be around for as long as I can. But listen, if I'm not treating my body right, if I'm not listening to our body, that's another thing. You need to start listening to your body. If you get ready to go, somebody call you like, hey, girl, or hey, bro, let's come out. And you have this whole experience in your body. Listen. Listen. That's all I'm going to say is listen. That's like, if you're a parent, if you're watching this, and you have a parent or you are a parent, you know when something is going on with your child. Parents who have children who are homosexual, you know when your child is when your child is liking people of the same sex. And children or adults or whoever you are, if you're watching this, you are hiding in the closet. I understand. I'm not saying you're hiding, you're in there. You feel like you are protected in there. I'm going to tell you this, right? If you're worried about people laughing and making fun of you, they are already laughing and making fun of you. If you're worried about your parents finding out, your parents already know. If you are worried about how you are going to be perceived, people already have in their mind what they think about you already. It is now time for you to live your best fucking life. Live it. Live your truth, speak your truth, be who the fuck you are. Because at the end of the day, what are those people paying your bills? Even if they are paying your bills, and if they can't love you for you, I say this at the end of every video. I'm saying it early right now, but if they can't love you for you, you don't need them in your life anyways. And when I say that, I mean that from the innermost part of up in here. Anybody that cannot love you for who you are, if y'all watching this YouTube and you can't love me for talking the shit that I talk or sharing positive shit or just being me, you don't really like me. You don't really care. You just only here for entertainment. I get it. That's the world we live in. Entertainment. That's all. Ooh. I'm here because I'm trying to leave a fucking legacy of love, positivity. Look at all these other, you can go to millions of other YouTube, you're going to see people doing pranks on the girlfriends, boyfriends, wives, baby mamas. You're going to see people showing you, oh, look at this lavish life. People selling their soul. People doing all kinds of shit. I'm just over here trying to be positive, or not trying, being positive, sharing love, and talking about shit that people should have, your mommy and daddy should have been talking to you about Uncle Pete. Your mom and daddy should have been talking to y'all like, hey, we only stayed together for y'all. We know that y'all didn't give a fuck about what we doing, but we was doing it because, we really wanted to fuck around every now and again. I didn't want to go find somebody new, even though he was already finding somebody new. And half of the time, the women be having somebody new too. Everybody be cheating. Like, cheating is a new thing now. Like, what is that? Especially during a global pandemic. Are you serious? And then people be having whole situations going on. Whole situations. We just gotta do better. We just gotta do better. When I had that moment earlier, I was just like, I breathed. And I was just like, man, you can actually miss a person, but just not want them to be, not be in your life. Not, like, I missed the things that I missed. That was it. I thought, like, in 8 months, I've only talked to them in regards to the situation that we currently in that's, about to come to an end. But other than that, I wasn't trying to search or find. When I was done, I was done. Done. Do I wish things would have been different? Yes. But am I going to hold on to that wish? Am I going to hold my breath? Fuck no. Fuck no. When people show you listen, Maya Angelou said it. When people show you who they are, you better fucking believe them. Because, listen, me as someone who gives people the benefit of the doubt, had I paid attention and believed when motherfuckers showed me who they was, I probably wouldn't be in a lot of situations that I was in. I wouldn't have. I'm trying to give people the benefit of the doubt. You can't be that fucked up. You can't. You just can't. I just won't believe you that fucked up. Listen. Listen to me when I tell y'all. It's really fucked up people out here. Like, really fucked up. And the really sad thing is, they would probably never get help for it. Some of them know that they fucked up and still just out here being fucked up. If you haven't noticed already, fuck is my new favorite word. I don't even know why, but every time I say it, it just brings joy to my spirit. I don't even know why, but it does. But yeah, we just gotta do better. That's just me. And if no one tells you you should do better, you will hear it from me. You should do better. If you've been hanging around the same people for the last 10, 15 years, you grew up with them, you know them from high school, you know them because you grew up in church, they was on the block, and y'all still doing the same thing y'all was doing back in the days. I mean, hey, if you was in a relationship and y'all tried to make it work and it didn't work, then you tried to make it work again and it didn't work, and then you tried to make it work again and it did work. Now this time y'all got kids and it's still not working. That should be a sign. I'm taking heed to all of the signs, all the things that I just was trying to like, no, it should work. Like, it should work like this. Shit ain't gonna, listen, I'm trying to tell y'all, you should pay attention to the signs. And signs are always there. I paid attention to the signs. I did pay attention to the signs. And at the same time, I was just like, but it just can't be like this. Like, I'm to this day, I still be like, I don't even understand how shit be working. You just would think that shit would just be different. People can be homeless with you and still look at you like, I've never looked at anybody like I'm better than them. Shit, if you knew my life, you would be like, damn, she came from a place. I came from a place. Shit, like a place. And like I said, y'all gonna read about it because I'm writing a book. And you know, I'm writing a book about it. It's gonna be good. And not just because I'm saying it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good because I got shit to say. Not like I don't be saying shit on here, but I got shit to say. I'm gonna write it and people gonna read it, and you know, it's gonna be a bestseller. I'm putting it out in the universe. It's gonna be a bestseller. We gonna be good. I just want us to be better. Somebody called me and was like, how do you wake up every day and be positive? I wake up and I say, I meditate. Before I get out of the bed, I meditate 10 minutes. I set my alarm 10 minutes. I put on this playlist. It's got like healing music, healing sounds. I put that on and I meditate. I say I want to express love, knowledge, positivity. I just want to be the best human being that I can. I want to love. I don't want to put out bitterness. I don't want to be angry. I don't want to be any of that. I don't want that to reside nowhere near me. I just want to be good. And then I get up and I work out and I drink my drink or juice my drink. You know, go about my day, make my videos. And then I end my night with workout and meditation. That's how I do it. I write in my journal. I just be good. Just be good. I choose that. Like, I can wake up and be like, you know what? I'm just going to be petty today. Well, what am I going to get from that? You know what I get? Let me tell you what I get every day from just waking up and being a positive person and sharing positivity. I get a call, a text, an email, a FaceTime, a comment. I get likes. I get all kinds of stuff from that. And just the communication where people send me paragraphs. Like, I mean paragraphs full of things of how just watching one video or hearing or being on a live or just how it inspires or how it helped people get out of their situations. Like, someone's probably watching this, or they're gonna come back to this and be like, you know what, I have experienced some parental traumas, and this is some shit that I need to deal with. Let me figure it out. Or I am a parent and I don't want my child to just respect me and love me because they fear me. I want them to actually have a genuine relationship with me. That's what I'm on. Inspiring that, inspiring the thought process, inspiring, like, you know what, why the fuck are we friends? Why the fuck am I in a relationship with you? Is it just because you got good sex, or because you paying my bills, or because we got kids together? Why the fuck are we in a relationship? Do you know that people don't even ask that question? They just be there. You know you don't like this person, but you there because they do something for you. It's 9 times out of the 10 is materialistic shit. Like, people that really loved you, like, you wouldn't. We just gotta do better. We gotta ask questions, ask more questions. Don't just go along with shit because, oh, my mama went along with it, my daddy went along with it, my sister, everybody else doing it. No, you didn't survive a global fucking pandemic to be doing what everybody else is doing. Especially if you grown. Especially if you grown. You should most definitely be trying to live your best fucking life. Listen to all of my LGBTQ plus family members. It's okay for you to come out. It's okay for you to come out. I know it's scary. Trust me. I know. It's scary. I know you're probably like, I don't want to feel like people don't love me, but you already feel like that. You already feel like people don't love or respect you for being you. You already feel like that. You've been making it all of this time feeling like that. You probably worried about your parents. Your parents already know. They know. They didn't like you. They don't like you when they don't know. They're not going to like you when they do know. You will hope that parents will just love you because they birthed you. They brought you into this world. You will love that. But somewhere, they're not healed yet. They haven't expressed the trauma. Like, what is so traumatic about your child being gay? What's the trauma behind that? But don't worry, because we're going to talk about that on one of these dinner and convos in the month of April. We're going to talk about the LGBT community, because most people don't even understand what it means to be. They don't even understand. They just know the stigma. They know what religion. They know what everyone who's not even gay. Like, most of them have never talked to someone of the gay community. No one has ever. It's just what other people who's not gay get to dictate about the gay people. That doesn't make sense. It's like men being able to dictate about a woman's body. It's not your body. But we're going to talk about all this shit, because that's what we do here at Chelle's Closet. We talk about the taboo topics that people aren't going to talk about. Somebody needs to fucking talk about it. I volunteer. I volunteer to talk about it. Somebody has to. I said, if I have the opportunity to speak, if I get my speech back, I will be the voice for the voiceless. I will be the voice for the people that's sitting over there in the corner or in the closet that want to say shit but don't say shit. I'm going to be your voice. You tell me, you send me a direct message, you leave a comment, tell me something you want to talk about, I will fucking talk about it. I don't care if people like me or not. Listen, I'm 40 years old. All of this up in here is taken care of already. Everything is taken care of. That's just how I feel. I've been able to maintain what I've been maintaining for a long time. Hey, if I stopped doing YouTube today, it would still be maintained and taken care of. That's just how I feel. We shouldn't be silencing people. We shouldn't be making people feel bad because they won't do what we want them to do. We shouldn't want people to do what we want them to do. Why don't we let people, why don't parents let kids explore while they're kids? They're kids. That's what they're going to do, explore. They're going to play with hula hoops and basketballs and dolls and cars and trucks. Like, who said, okay, these are only for boys and these are only for girls? Like, who made that shit up? Who made it up? Like who made it up? Oh, I'm gonna rough him up. You know, your uncles or brothers or probably take your sons out in the backyard and boxing them. It's like, that's not gonna make him hard. I get it. I understand the logic behind it. That's not gonna do nothing. That's not gonna do nothing. They just gonna grow to hate you. They gonna have issues when they grow up because now it's like the men in their family just beat them up. We don't need to do that. There's a stigma, especially in the black community, that we need to get rid of. What the kind of clothes you wear don't make you gay. How you wear your hair doesn't make you gay. What you watch don't make you gay. We need to stop with all of that. Stop. Like, we need to stop calling girls fast or boys manic. Like, we need to stop putting all these labels on people. Just stop. While we putting labels, let's love. Let's love our brother. Let's love our sister. Let's love our, many of our parents have never been loved. Yes, some of them may be married or in relationships, but they don't even experience love. We just need to have more love, more positivity, more just human interaction. We need all of that. I see people hugging and kissing their dogs more than I see them hugging and kissing the people in their family. It's like people, oh, I love you, but you don't even know what I'm going through. I'm going through some shit and you ain't even call to see how I'm doing. Listen, I've been telling people in these 8 months, I've been like, listen, don't call me, pull up on me. I know it's a global pandemic, pull up. I didn't even really have to say that because people calling me like, hey, I'm outside, I got Popeyes. Hey, I'm outside, I got this. Hey, we about to do this. Eli called, hey, he was going through some stuff. Hey, I'm on my way. When I put my truck on that road and then what? You think I won't be putting my truck on the road again? Please. I'm coming. If I know that you have a situation, I'm going to come. Of course, I'm going to make sure it's safe before I come. But I'm going to come. I'm going to be there. Sorry, I just saw something. That scared me a little bit. I just saw something about DMX pop up on my phone. I'm sorry, y'all. That's why I told you I'd be emotional. I like DMX. I love his music. I love him as a person. I understand he went through a lot of shit. I just feel like people that went through a lot of shit should be having some. People probably be like, oh, well, he was a celebrity. He was a rapper. That only aided and abetted in the shit he would have already went through. He told you at 14 he started smoking. Listen, we got to start caring more for the people around us. Like, I started thinking about like, even Whitney Houston, right? I started thinking about all these celebrities who have like drug addictions or alcohol addictions, or people in our own fucking families that be having these issues, and instead of us like talking to them on a level like, hey, what happened? We buying them fucking alcohol. We getting them fucking drugs. Like, let's stop the cycle of trauma. Like, those people around them should be like, you know what, X, or you know what, Whitney, or like that's not their job, but they should, if they loved him, if they love him, if your people love you, even, we're not even gonna talk about addiction anymore. If your people love you and you doing some fucked up shit, they should be allowed to call and say, listen, you doing some fucked up shit. Like your parent, if you know that your child shouldn't be hanging around with that person, you better pick up the phone and call them. Call your child. Tell them, listen, so-and-so is not your friend, and here's why I feel like so-and-so is not your friend. Your child probably already have, and I'm saying child, and you probably an adult, I'm saying your child already have a feeling like, okay, bro ain't right, or sis ain't right. How many times have you seen somebody on the TV dead or in a serious condition because their friend, my uncle, was killed by some of the people the very people that sat at his table and ate. One of my uncles was killed by the very people that he made sure that they had food, their clothes. He made sure they was good. One of those people killed him. I hope that they find there has been an Amber Alert all day. See, stuff like that is make it. Why? Why are you out here taking other people's cars? Like, why? There's the Amber Alert has been going on all day. Like, why? Why is this happening? Why do you have to steal somebody else's car? And then why are you out here stealing people's cars and not even thinking enough to be like, you know what? Let me at least put the baby on the street or at the gas pump or whatever. Like, why? Why do shit like this have to happen? That'd be my question. Why? Why? Now, somewhere, this Amber Alert has literally been going on all day. It's, when y'all see it goes crazy, it's either somebody was calling, but it was like only 2 people called me, but it was the Amber Alert. There's a maroon Chevy Malibu. Someone has stolen it with the child in there. Why? I don't get it. I just don't get it. I'm not laughing at that. I don't get it. I just don't get it. I've never wanted what someone else has had. I've never did that. I've never, oh, you got this, so let me go get. That just haven't been me. I never tried to one up anybody. Like, I don't even know where that logic, like, where does that come from? I'm not gonna watch your life and be like, ooh, I want her life. I'm not going. That's not me. Where does that come from? Shit, I struggle living the fucking life that I'm living. Where does that come from? Hi, Miss Mosley. Hi, Deborah Mosley. We gotta do better. I remember for a time, I live in Wisconsin, so I remember for a time, kids were still like, wait, we're in a global fucking pandemic and people are still stealing cars here. But I remember for like every day, they were just like taking people's cars and like just smashing them up and everything. It's just like, who says that was fun? Like, when did that become fun? When did it become fun? And it wasn't just the young men, it was women. When I tell you these, when I'm gonna say this again. These girls are just as ruthless as these guys are. Like, listen, I don't know what happened. I don't know if parents just really stopped caring or if parents even care at all. I don't know what happened, but I remember a time that girls wasn't, we would do, but to be here neck and neck. Like, people always talking about all the deadbeat fathers, but there's some deadbeat mamas out here too. But I feel like all of that stems from like people don't mature. They don't grow up. Like, no one calls people out on their bullshit. Like, nobody holds people accountable for the shit that they do. So people just be out here doing shit. And then when you do call somebody out on their bullshit, they want to like fight you, shoot you. They want to do all of that violent shit instead of just being like, you know what? I did do some fucked up shit to you. I'm sorry. How can I change it? We don't have that. People they don't care. So what? I fucking cussed you out and lied on you and stole from you. So what? Get over it. How the fuck do you get over it? It's like, oh, so you was molested, I was molested, my mama was molested, all of our lineages was molested. Just get over it. You don't get over shit like that. That shit sticks with you forever. Causes you to look at people different. I don't want to be out here looking at people different. I look at everybody like human fucking beings. Like, you need to be loved, you need to be talked to, you need to be encouraged, you need to be supported just like I do. You ain't no different from me. I don't care if you black, white, brown, tall, short, skinny, straight, or gay. You are no different from me. And if we all looked at each other just like that, the world would be a much better place. I'm just saying. Instead, we try to turn people to what we want them to be. You know your child gay. You know your child gay. You trying to make them be straight, and now they struggling. Then they become adults. They out here having relationships with people they really don't want to have relationships with people. Then now they hurting people. It just hurt everywhere. We gotta stop. Like, when does it stop? You a mother, and you know that you didn't want to be with this man. You want to be with your friend that you grew up in school with. Y'all had a little love affair, but then you met this man, and you didn't want your mama to think. Like, when does it stop? When do we stop with the cycles? When do we stop with the patterns? You see that your child is on a road and there's a brick fucking wall 2 blocks up. You're not going to tell your child there's a brick fucking wall When do we start caring about each other again? That's why this whole thing, I talked about parental trauma, because there's so much fucking trauma. There's a lot of trauma. Aren't you tired of it? I know I'm fucking tired of it. So that's why I just wake up every day and say, I'm going to talk about some positive shit. I'm sick of it. I don't watch the news. I only came across the DMX thing because I just was happened to be on. I don't even know what the fuck I was on. And then they was like, DMX is in the hospital. I was like, hold on. Is this for real? No. Then I went and saw, like, oh my God, he's on life support. Oh God. Wow. That's a bit much. That's a bit much. I don't want it to be like, oh my God, I shelled on life support, and then let me not go. I don't want it to be like I'm on life support and then you want to call and, oh my God, what's going? I don't want you to be at my funeral like, oh my God, like, no, talk to me now. Send me a message, text me, FaceTime me, pop up in my house, knock on the door. You see me out in public, say hi. Don't just look at me. I know we got masks on, because I'm definitely going to have my mask. I don't know if you wear your mask, but say hi, communicate. We should definitely be talking to each other more. We survived a global fucking pandemic. We're still surviving a global pandemic. We should be talking to each other. We should be caring about the next person next to us. I wear my mask, not just for me. I wear my mask for you, for the people I come in contact with, my mother, everybody. We should want to do better. I'm telling you, when I learn something, I'm sharing. I'm literally, I send a text to everybody that I know. I send a text. When I go to a business accelerator, I send a text to everybody that I know. You need to get in this accelerator. You need to do this. You need to do this. Not you need to. Here's a suggestion. This worked for me. I don't know if it's going to work for you, but you should do it. Everybody around me right now is talking about establishing a business, doing a business, setting all this stuff up. I went to these business accelerators. You don't think I'm sharing this information with them? Yes, I am. My niece is 13. She said she wants to start a business. Guess what we doing? Starting her a business. You have kids that's young. They want to start a business. Guess what you should do? Start them a business. By the time they 18, old enough, they can buy their own cars. They can have their own apartment buildings and all of that stuff. Your people didn't teach you. Turn around and be that for the next generation. You wish somebody would have showed you how to crochet. Show the next generation. Because whether you know it or not, these people that's coming behind us is going to be the ones that make all the decisions. And if you ain't treat them people right, you know, parents be like, I don't want my kids to put me in no nursing home. Some of y'all already know when it comes to that time, you're going to be up in that nursing home. Or you better hope you can get to the nursing home. Because some people, yeah, I don't know. I just look like I was watching my mom with the grandkids. Funny thing is, all of my brothers have kids. I don't have kids. I was actually thinking, let me tell y'all what I was thinking. When I was 30 years old, that was like 10 years ago. Well, actually, it was before that. I always knew just based on growing up in the environment I grew up in, I already knew that I was going to be a single parent. Just that was a given. I'm an African American woman. That was a given. I know you probably don't want to hear me say that, but that's the reality. You know, there's a lot of single parents in your household. You are in your family. You already know. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go to the sperm bank. I already picked out, like, I've, planned all of that stuff out, and then I didn't do it. Life happened, and I just didn't do it. And then here I am at 40, and then I was just like, somewhere like in between there, it was like, okay, I didn't do that. I could do adopt, so I took foster care classes. I was like, oh, I could do that. And then I was talking to my mother the other day, and I was like, you know what? I'm okay. I'm okay with not having kids. Now, if I'm with someone and they have kids, I would love them kids as though they are my own. But I am okay not having kids at 40. I'm okay. Oh, I don't think I've ever said that out loud. But I am okay with not having kids. I think that was a really good decision that I made at the time in which I made it. And I said to myself, I was like, ooh, you know what? I could go and adopt. Like, there's kids in the foster care system. But honestly, I do not feel like I am there right now. Like, I literally just want to travel. Like, I literally, when I saw the job come up in another country, I was like, I'm going to send my resume. Now, how crazy would it be? Like, they'd be like, hey, we would love to have you. And here's, I'm definitely going to go. Definitely. I've been wanting to go to this place since forever. So, I mean, hey. And if it doesn't work out where I go there, listen, I'm going to be happy wherever I am. Especially now, I'm going to be happy wherever I am. Because, hey, life is good. I know life has thrown some curveballs, but life is still good. Still good. I'm still smiling. When I tell y'all, my jaws literally hurt from smiling. Like, I didn't realize the muscles that are used when you smile. Smiling, I'm telling you, it's like when I say fuck. I don't know if it's the at the end of it, I don't know what it is, but it brings me so much joy. I definitely feel like allowing yourself to feel is something that we don't talk about a lot. We definitely don't talk about it with African American males. I definitely encourage anybody to cry. Definitely. Because you release hormones. You release a lot of shit when you cry. So you should definitely cry. But we don't talk about emotions. We are like, when people have emotions, even you probably experienced this before. When somebody around you starts crying or having emotion, we try to move them past that instead of just letting them cry. I remember I would be in situations with my previous situation, and situations would arise and emotions would be, and it was just the embracing or just the touch that would just be like, thank you. Don't try to rush me through let me be. I'm not okay. I did a video back in February, or I did a live back in February on my Facebook where it's like, I'm not okay. I don't know when I'm going to be okay. I kind of feel like I'm getting to be okay right now. I'm better than I was 8 months ago. I'm going to say that. I'm better than I was 8 months ago. I'm better than I was 8 months ago. I really am. And when I look at the fact that I'm better than I was 8 months ago, whew, it was really kind of touch and go, y'all. I'm not even gonna, y'all been with me on the journey. It was really kind of touch and go. But when you realize the strength, when you have a choice, listen, I'm gonna tell y'all this, and I'm gonna let y'all go. But if you are a parent or you are an adult and you have people around you, always give them a choice. Give them a choice. If you have children, give them a choice. And I'm going to tell you why. It's important for you to give them that choice, because if you are always forcing them, you can't say force, it's forcing. If you impose your will on another person, you are forcing them. If you give them the option to choose and allow them to make a decision, allow them the option to choose, that gives them the courage, the strength to select what is best for them. But if you're always making the decision for them, they don't have that option. So whenever a situation arises where they can or they have the opportunity to choose, they don't make the choice. They always defer it to someone else. But if you give, that's why me, if I'm in situations with anybody, I always ask for the option to choose. Let me choose. Let me choose if I'm going to go, if we gonna go here or not. If somebody invited us out, give me the option to say yay or nay. Don't just say I'm going. I've always had a problem with that. Don't just tell me what I'm gonna do. Give me the option to choose. And that probably comes from growing up in a family that I grew up in, where I always had an option. I know even life gives you options. You could take that job if you want to, or you could be with that person if you want to. Life gives you options. Sometimes we just choose the one that we feel best for that time. But life does give you options. I'm so sad. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm so sad. This is updated at 6:22 p.m. DMX is on life support. Remains on a ventilator. Whew. That is something. That is something. That's what happened. When I found out, I saw these people like pray for DMX, and I was like, I was on Instagram, and I was like, hold on, what? Hold on, what's going on? That's crazy. That is so crazy. I really hope that he pulls through this, because this is definitely, it's heartbreaking. That's me. You see what I'm saying? That's me. That's just what happens when I learn about stuff. Like, even if one of y'all, I would definitely feel some kind of way, because I'm an emotional person. Like, I get attached to people. And that'd be the hard thing. Like, so when I get attached to people and then, shit don't work, or, things just happen in life, I don't know how to navigate that space, because I want to still be like, hey, like, I should be able to talk to you. Like, hey, what's up? Whatever. We didn't work, or that shit didn't work, but I don't think that I should not be able to talk to you. I don't know. But other people have other different things. Like, you probably feel like if y'all relationship in, like, especially if we was on good terms, I don't know. I've been dealing with a lot. But I am in a better space than I was 8 months ago. I don't know if y'all been paying attention. I've been smiling more. This working out has definitely helped me. Like, I'm working out, and I was like, I know, because I used to play sports, I know that it's not going to happen right away. Like, I'm not just going to be working out and then all of my body just going to floop. But I can tell you this. I know in the way that, like, I walk, the way I move, like a flight of stairs before, I'm not saying I would have troubles with a flight of stairs. Like, I'll just be like, my bones would be aching. But now, your girl be flying up the stairs, down the stairs. When I tell y'all this, yoga, if you ever try yoga, it look easy. I'm going to say it look easy. That shit is hard. It was hard. Like I'm telling you, my arms. You see my arms shake. That's how my arms was shaking so bad. But I was determined. I was like, I'm not giving up because I said I was gonna try this. And if y'all haven't paid attention to anything, in all of these videos or all of this channel or all of these social medias, if I commit to doing something, if I commit, whether it's in social media land or in real life, when I commit, I say I'm gonna do something. I try to do that. Not try. I do that. I make time to do that. Y'all probably been noticing the Saturday night vibes has been short. That's because I was trying, I had to make sure that I committed to y'all. So I had to do that and then do whatever else I was doing. But I'm working on, I keep looking up here because I figured it out. I figured out what I'm going to do. So if you're watching, you go right up there to the community tab and vote for a song. Any song you want to hear me sing this coming Saturday for Saturday Night Vibes. I'm going from 2001 all the way to 2021. Every year from there, we're going to go. If you got a song you want to hear me sing, you want to, come by, hang out on Saturdays, you should most definitely do that. I am getting it together. I got 2 videos I need to upload tonight. My 5 movies y'all should check out, and my Barnes and Noble video. And then tomorrow is Monday motivation. We're gonna get that bright and early, and then I'm gonna do a get ready with me. So it's gonna be Monday motivation. Get ready with me, and then I'm gonna do a juicing video. I still have to do that because that's just something that I've just been doing, a juicing video. And then I'll tell y'all whatever else I'm gonna do tomorrow, because when I tell y'all, when you push past fear and all the things that you've been wanting to do with your life, and you actually see it right there, and you actually can touch it. Like I can literally touch these things that I'm touching them right now. I'm touching them. I'm touching them. They're touching me. And we are together in harmony. Like, no, but I'm able to actually see like all of the hard work I did for years. Like, especially in the last 6 years, like all of the hard work that I put in actually come to fruition, and things that I want actually materializing is just a great thing. It's a great thing. I'm not gonna be emotional right now, but I'm already emotional, so it doesn't even matter. It's a great thing. It's a great thing when you could work hard for something and see it materialize. It's a great thing. I'm so happy. I'm happy that you guys joined me. I'm happy that a lot of you are finding solace in dinner and convo and Saturday night vibes, and even enjoying the quotes that I put in the videos. Like, I wake up after meditation. This is how I get the quotes. I be meditating and I'm just like, okay, like with the whole, it's bigger than me. When I heard that, like I felt that it literally said it's bigger than you. And the first thing I said was like, what the fuck you mean that it's bigger than me? No, this happened to me. It happened to me. It wasn't about me. It's not about me. Like, a lot of things don't be about us. We just internalize them because they happen to us. And when I shift the focus, when you shift the focus of how you see things, I heard David Banner. He was on, I think it was 45 South, or with DC Young Fly and the comedians that used to be on Wild 'N Out. David Banner said, if you have a car and you wreck your car and wrap it around the pole, you should still be happy that you had a car because somebody didn't have a car. Yes, you wrapped the car around the pole, but you still had a car. You lose a job, you should still be grateful because you had a job. When I think about my life, it's like I was in love. I am in love. I am in love. I'm not out of it yet. I'm in love. So I am grateful for the fact that I was loved. I am grateful for the fact that I have two parents in the land of the living and I can still talk to them and call them and check on them and see how they're doing. I am grateful that I have all of this to come to you guys and talk to you. I'm grateful for even one, two, anybody just paying attention to me on YouTube. I'm grateful. I'm grateful. It's listen, if y'all haven't figured it out, I'll be grateful for this thing because it doesn't even have to happen. Listen, my life should have ended at 14. I am 40. You do the math. Anything every day since 14 has been a blessing to me, even though it has been fucked up, but it's still been a blessing because I'm still able to do this. So I can change the things around me. I can change. And the things that I can't change, I do this, and guess what? I breathe. I just fucking breathe. I want to thank y'all for joining me tonight. I hope that I have said something that encourages you to think. It encourages you to ask the questions that needed to be asked. It encourages you to go beyond this. Most people, relationships only are here. You like, what is that? That's the surface. You probably hooked up with somebody with a one-night stand and became pregnant, and now y'all trying to build a relationship. Y'all know y'all shouldn't have been in that relationship. You probably in a relationship right now that you really, if they wasn't paying the bills, you probably wouldn't be with them. Or if they didn't have money, or it's superficial shit. Like if you aren't really having relationships, this is what I'm telling you. 2021, if you aren't really having meaningful relationship, having survived a global, that's for my religious and my young people, having survived a global fucking pandemic, if you aren't having meaningful relationship, you are wasting your mere existence. I'm gonna keep saying that all 2021 and beyond. Like, people shouldn't be wasting the time that you have here. You shouldn't be wasting it. Like, you could have expired over there. Your ticket could have been punched over there, but it didn't. You are here. You should make the best out of the time you have. I'm making the best out of the time I have because I said if I was able to talk about this kind of stuff, I would talk about it. So I'm doing that. I'm having fun. I do other stuff. I'm definitely about to go do some yoga at like 10:30. So if y'all want to join me on Twitch, I'm going to be over there struggling with the jello arms and everything because I'm serious about this. 60 plus days of juicing. 34, 35 days of working out. Like, this has become a habit for me now. I just told you I have a whole plate of food in front of me. I'm gonna eat the chicken. Maybe. But I still have to go. I'm being better. I choose to be better. I choose to share love. I choose to be positive. Those are the choices that I make. I love having the option to choose. I could choose to be petty. I could choose to be angry. I could choose to be bitter, but I don't choose that. I don't want that to reside anywhere up over here. I don't want it to be in the back of my head. I don't want it to be anywhere. I just want love and positivity. I want, if I see a person that did me real shitty, I want to be able to see them in public and be like, hey, how you doing? I wish you the best. And mean it and not be sarcastic. Because, you know, I can be sarcastic, but I don't want to do that. That was my thing. I don't want to be bitter. I don't want to be angry. I don't want to be sarcastic. I just want to love. That's the thing that's missing is love. Love. If we love each other, shit would not be happening. Hello. Thank you for stopping by. See, it's messages like that. That just, you see the smile? It's listen, I just, I think I'm blushing, but you can't really see because I'm in the purple and, but y'all, I'm just so excited about life. I really hope DMX pulled through this. I really do hope he do. I really hope he does. I really hope he does. But again, I hope I said something that inspired you. You should definitely be questioning. You should, if you're in a relationship, especially somebody that you say you love, or they love you, or you love them, you should definitely ask them. Ask them, why do they love you? Ask them. And it'll tell you all, everything you need to know. Why do they love you? I love just because I love. It's just love. That's what it is. It's love. I don't know. If you ask somebody why do they love you, or somebody asks you why do you love them, and they don't have this response, like it comes from like here, like it's here. It's just, it's not because you have my kids, because we known each other for a long time. That's the only reason. Listen, you better start asking questions, parents. If you have kids or children or teenagers or adult kids that date, you should definitely want to know who they're dating, because you never know who they're dating. You want to make sure that they are in good situations. Now, I understand that people are adults and they don't want you to be all in their business, but you are a parent, and you be up in the business. You don't have to be all hands on and like puppeteering and manipulating. You don't have to do all of that. Just be a parent. Use your parent instinct that you have. I know you got it. I don't naturally birth any kids, but I have a parent instinct because I raised a bunch of them. Use that. If you notice your daughter keep coming over in sunglasses, you definitely better start saying something, because you never know. All it takes is one thing to set that person off. You already know. We already know. We done seen too many Snapped. We done seen too many shows. Let's start loving on each other. If your son is hanging out with people you know he shouldn't be hanging out with them, listen. Don't just be like, don't hang out with them. You tell your son why you feel like he shouldn't hang out with them. 9 times out of 10, your son or daughter, the person you talk to, already has some feeling about that. They already have it. You're a mother and you be like, I don't think that is a relationship for you. Sometimes you already have that feeling and you just want somebody to say that. This is why I was saying that I do this, because I know that I wanted somebody to be like, you know what, this is what happens after you get molested, or this is what happens when you graduate college, or this is what happens. Like I wanted somebody to tell me those things. So I'm going to be that person to talk to you about it. We're going to talk about parental trauma. We're going to talk about abuse. We're going to talk about trauma. We're going to talk about good things too. We're going to talk about building businesses. We're going to talk about traveling the world. We're going to talk about all of those things, not just the negative things. We're going to talk about everything. This is the closet. What do people put in the closet? Everything. Everything goes in the closet. So everything going to come out the closet, because we growing. We're going to be better. That's what we're going to do. That's how we're going to live our lives, being better. At the end of this year, we're going to look back in January and be like, damn, we came a long way. Damn, you know what? I didn't just sit around and twiddle my fingers. Like, I started a business. I grew my business. Like, I ended that relationship that was toxic. Like, you know what? I let go of my parents or my siblings that was toxic. Like, we got to stop just accepting shit because people give us shit. We don't have to accept everything somebody give you. That's where you have the option to choose. Choose. You don't have to accept everything somebody give to you. You don't have to accept your mother's love just because she's your mother. You don't have to. You don't have to accept your father's love just because he's your father. Your siblings' love just because they're your siblings. No. You are not. The first thing you are a human fucking being. I just had to put fucking in there. I'm sorry, y'all. You are a human being. That should be the first thing. When you look at somebody else, the first thing you should see is a human being. If you go to church, if you go to the temple, wherever you go, your God, your deity tells you to treat the other person like you would want to be treated. And if you do that, you look at that person as a human being, and the first thing should come to your mind, I don't want nobody to cuss me out. I don't want nobody to treat me bogus, so I'm not going to do that to somebody else. If we start looking at each other like that, the world will be a better place. But instead, we look at people like, oh, I am the adult. I am the mother, the father. I am the sister. I am the oldest. These all stipulations we put on shit that don't even mean nothing. So what, you my sister? Oh, I don't have a sister. But so what, you my brother? So what, I'm their sister. They don't have to listen to me, but I'm definitely going to talk to them if I see them slipping. Hey, bro, hey. Listen, you can live better than this. If y'all know my brothers, you can ask them. Brothers, cousins, nieces, nephews, whoever they are, I'm going to tell you, listen, you can, I tell y'all, you deserve better than what you live in. You know that you deserve better. Maybe you scared. Guess what? It is time for you to push past fear. You survived a global fucking pandemic. Let's go. You know you wanted to start that business 6 years ago. What are you waiting for? I don't got no money. It's money out here. It is money out here for you to start your business. You don't even got to have your own business. I want to start a cupcake business. Go into your kitchen. You probably got some flour, some baking soda, some peanut butter. Start making peanut butter cookies. I mean, we got shit in our house we can start. You can start selling on eBay. Listen, there's no reason. Listen, see what happened was I'm just out of a relationship. I'm just out of a relationship and I'm healing. I'm allowing myself time to heal. I know I need to be healed. Because I don't want to, the shit that I experienced, I don't want to take that into another relationship. I need to heal. I need time to grow. I need time to love myself so that, you know, the next phase of my life I will be good. But thank you. Thank you for recognizing that I'm a good woman, because I am. I don't just do this for YouTube. If you know me in real life, like I said, anybody that I talk to, anybody in this room that I've talked to outside of this YouTube, you know me. I'm not going to put on for YouTube. I'm not going to put on for TikTok, Clubhouse, nothing. I'm going to be me on everything in real life. This is my real life. If I care about you, I fucking care about you. If you can leave me and go to somebody else and be over there, if you need me at any time, you know that you can pick up the phone and call. I'm like one of those people, like, you know, you did some really fucked up shit. I did some really fucked up shit to her. But if I called her right now, she would be right there. And that ain't oh, because I want you. That ain't none of that. That's just because if I really, really mess with you. But that's only if I really, really mess with you. Because if I don't, you know, I can see you calling and I just look at it. I just look at it. There has been situations where I just look at it. And then I would feel bad, but I'll call you after that. But this is what I'm saying, though. We shouldn't be out here treating people fucked up anyways. But I understand. We come from fucked up family situations. But at a point in time in our life, just like I be saying to parents, you might have, the first child, I'm gonna say this because I'm the oldest child, so I'm gonna say this. Parents fuck up with the first one. We gonna call it like that. Y'all do. Y'all mess up with the first one. The second one, you do a little better. That's why they always be your favorite. Some people, you know, the first one, people like the first one. No, it's always that second one that be the favorite. Because you be so hard on the first one, and then you be trying the second one, you be like, ooh, let me right a couple of my wrongs. But if you have more than 2 kids and you still doing the same treating you ain't figured it out yet, I'm gonna need you to go to therapy. I know if you're a person of color, I know how you feel about therapy, but listen, I'm gonna need you to go to therapy. Because your kids are gonna have grandkids. Or maybe not. Like me, I don't have any kids, but my brothers got enough grandkids from my mama. There's going to be grandkids. So you wanna make sure that if you did a fucked up job with your kids, you want to make sure that you at least do better with your grandkids. That's how I see it. If you fucked up with your kids, at least do a better job with your grandkids. And that's only if your kids who you fucked up let you be a part of your grandkids' life. Persistence. I like that. I'm persistent too, but I like that. I like that. It's flattering. It's been a minute since no. So sorry, hold on, I gotta anyways, parents, adults. I'm gonna say adults because we have to do better. You don't even gotta be a parent. You just gotta do better. Have to. I've definitely been feeling like I have to do what I can to like change. Who am I? I'm just one woman that's just like, I could be positive and put positive shit out there. And if my views, if my subscribers never go past 1,300, I'm gonna be cool because I done affected a lot of people. Not affected. I done inspired. I'll say I'm inspired. I done put out inspiration and love and positivity in this world. I don't just do this with YouTube. I do it on TikTok, Twitch, Clubhouse. Every facet of my life, I do this. Y'all gonna join me on Twitch. Ooh, it's 9:47. Y'all gonna join me on Twitch at 10:30. And y'all gonna see I'm gonna be you gonna watch me. You gonna watch me struggle. You'll be like, damn, she really about this life. I'm about this workout life. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, when you look at yourself in the mirror when you be working out, you be like, wait a minute, I noticed a little, like when I started doing the weights and started to get a little definition. Now, I ain't trying to be skinny now. Let me tell you a little story time. I hated being skinny because I equated skinniness with all of the shit that was going on with me. Because, you know, when you're skinny and you're blessed in the right places. Y'all know what I'm picking up what I'm putting down. When you blessed, it was too much for me. It was too much for me to handle. So I didn't realize how being slim thick was a lot. It's a lot. When people just see you, you don't ask for people to be like, ooh, you is fine, girl, you thick, you built in. We don't ask for that. We don't, when women see guys, people don't ask for that. But that's just what happens. If you're beautiful, people are going to tell you you're beautiful. If you're handsome, people are going to tell you you're handsome. You don't have to say, hey, look at me, I'm handsome. Somebody is going to tell you that. And sometimes people don't know how to do it in a respectful manner. No, Praying for Better Days definitely did that in a respectful manner. I appreciate that. But people don't know how to do that. People don't know how to do that. I've been cussed out a time or two because I was just like, that was so weird. No. I want to be respected. I'm a human being. I want to be respected. I respect people as human beings. I'm talking to y'all as you're human beings. We all need to be loved. We all need to be touched. We all need to be cared for. Not touched in that kind of manner, but we all need to be touched. There needs to be human interaction. You know, when you first come out, what do? When you first come out of your parents' womb, if you wasn't, first come out, they put you on your mother's chest, or your father holds you, or somebody is holding you, wrapping you, they touching you. This, somewhere in our life from that touch all the way, other touches, but we just need to get back to humanity and love. I ain't trying to hold y'all no longer than I already held y'all. If y'all can't tell by now, I like to talk. I'm a talker. That's why this is dinner and convo. I didn't eat. I took a piece of the chicken, but yeah, I just feel like we can be better people. And if nobody holds us accountable for being better people, how we gonna know we could be better? If nobody tell you could be better, if nobody tell you could be an astronaut, why you would want to be an astronaut in 2021? I don't know. But anyways, if nobody tells you that you could be an astronaut, you could be an astronaut in 2021. You can. You could be whatever you want to be. You could start that business. I know that much. If you've been thinking about starting a daycare, a beauty salon, You know what? Even if you're thinking about starting a law firm, let me take it a little higher. I know I'll probably be down here. Let's take it a little higher. You want to start that trucking business. Do y'all know that trucking is really going to be one of the number one businesses or things? Because, think about it. When the whole global, when all of this started, trucking was trucking was definitely huge. It's a lot of money in trucking. If you can drive you got your CDS, you can drive, you should definitely look at the trucking. And guess what? You don't have to buy a truck. Do you know that a lot of these other organizations, a lot of these, y'all know what I'm talking about, them other people, they don't buy the trucks, they lease the trucks. And then when they get enough money to buy the trucks, then they buy them. But they lease them. We always be like, we don't got no money to start a business. Do you know that a lot of these people that start a business don't have money? They just have ideas. And they can share those ideas. I told y'all I'm on YouTube. I wanted to write a book. I'm in a book boot camp right now to write a book. So in 2021, I will be writing a book. I can't tell you. I'm doing a lot of things right now. And it took me pushing past fear. It took me getting my heart broken. That's sad to say, but it took me getting my heart broken to just realize that my life was passing me by. I'm holding my heart right now because it's beating. And there's like blood going. It's just like, I can feel it. If you ever been around someone and they was like, I don't got no emotions, I turn my emotions. You ever heard this? I turned my emotions off a long time ago. No, you're a human being. You need your emotions. You need to know what it feels like for the blood to go in and out of your heart. You need to know what it feels like to be loved. And I'm not talking about loved because you got money, or loved because you got good sex, or loved because you're beautiful, or loved because whatever reason. I'm talking about just loved. Like just purely just loved. Like love is such a beautiful thing. But self-love is the best love. But thank you, praying for better days. I appreciate that. I really do. I really do. I'm telling you, it'll just be exhausting. It's about to be 10 o'clock. And I still have to go get dressed for my yoga workout. Sometimes I'll be shocking myself with the things that I'm doing, like the fact that I'm writing a book. I said in January that I was going to write a book, and then here I am writing a book. My podcast is doing great. I have a meeting this coming week with another director of a documentary that I'm going to be scoring. I mean, I can't have the rainbows without the rain. I mean, hey, I definitely am appreciative of everything that has happened in the last 8 months. I was heartbroken about being ghosted, but then, that heartbreak turned into something that has allotted me a lot of opportunities. Ooh, that feeling. I couldn't even explain it to you. This is all I got. Like, whew. It's just that. It's just that. Like the fact that I actually put in my resume. The fact that I actually have a resume that is just like a resume. It's a resume. When I tell y'all it's a resume, I shocked myself when I looked at it. It was like, man, I remember when I did that. I remember. I was actually talking to an artist, and I'm gonna let y'all go. I keep saying that. I'm like a pastor at church. I was talking to the artist the other day that got accepted into this accelerator here in Wisconsin. I don't know where you live. If you live in Ohio, Detroit, I think they have one in Puerto Rico, Wisconsin. They have music accelerators where they take artists and give them a large amount of money. Well, it's kind of a large amount of money. and they connected with people in, you know, the music industry. So an artist that I was working with got accepted into the accelerator. And I was talking to her, and we were just, you know, going over, you know, where she was and how she got to this point now, and how, you know, I had helped her. And then I started to think, like, all of the people, all of the artists in the global, listen, in a global pandemic, many of the artists that I have assisted have gotten into accelerators, got signed, have went on tour with major people, like, you know, overseas, because they're touring overseas. They have did major things. Producers that I've worked with that's gotten placements. And I just, like, I've never taken the time to even think about how I've assisted in that. When you think about the things that you have done in life, it's just like, wow. I don't even take time to just sit back and just be like, oh, I did that. I watch artists on award shows and different things, and I just be like, ooh, I knew one day that you would be there. But that is just, for me, it's just like, it's that. When I look at these YouTubes and I look at the comments, and if you write a comment, I respond to every comment. I don't just like and heart. I actually take the time to respond to every comment. It does my heart good. I've never been one to be like, oh, if I can get 10 or 20, all I need is one. Like Nas says, all I need is one mic. All I need is one. All it takes is one person to change, just one. I'm gonna let y'all go because it's 9:57 and I gotta go put my yoga clothes. I do got yoga clothes, but once y'all gonna see it. If y'all follow me on Twitch, y'all gonna see it. But y'all I gotta put my stuff on and get ready, because I definitely went into it thinking that it was gonna be easy. It was not easy. It was hard as hell. I can cross my legs though. Let me tell y'all this. I can cross my legs like with no problem, like no struggling or nothing. I could cross my legs. It's just the other stuff was just a bit much, and I was sweat. When I tell y'all, I was swimming in sweat. Like, that was a lot. But while you're watching this, make sure that you use your words. Talk to the people around you. Don't just let thank you, Praying for Better Days. You are definitely putting a smile on my face. That is so crazy. Use your words. Don't let a global pandemic, don't let something traumatic happen before you reach out to your family members. You should do that anyways. Remember to love yourself, know yourself, trust yourself, and just be yourself. And if anybody, your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, your auntie, uncles, do not love and respect you for being you, you do not need them. If you pay attention, right now, they're not doing anything for you. They're just making your life a living hell, if that's how you put it. You don't need them. Be so kind to go right up here to the community tab and vote for a song. Any song that you want to hear me sing this coming Saturday for Saturday Night Vibes. I hope that you would join me on Twitch. Hold on, I'm going to put my Twitch up in here so that I'm suggesting that you guys should join me over there. And I didn't even put it in here, but here we go. We're going to put it in there right. Boom. I just dropped it in there. You could join me in like 20 minutes. Probably less. Because once I end this, I'm going to just go change out my clothes and then... Oh, no, that didn't work. Hold on. I just looked at it. Don't click it. Click that. Okay, so I'm about to go change my clothes. Then I'm gonna go in there and do my yoga. There we go. It's right there now. I'm gonna go in there and do my yoga, and then I'm gonna call it a night. Oh, I gotta catch up on Grey's Anatomy and 911. I'll probably go to sleep doing that. But thank you all for joining me. If you have a topic that you want to talk about, listen, this is Chelle's Closet. It's Chelle's Closet for a reason. I talk about all taboo subjects. I talk about shit you probably wish your mom and daddy would have told you, but they didn't. That's what I'm going to talk about, because I got shit I wish my mom and daddy would have told me, but they didn't. So I'm talking about everything. In this coming week, or more of April, you're gonna start seeing what I do outside of just talk about positive shit. You're gonna see me make music. You're gonna see me do art shit. You're gonna see me cook. I'm vlogging. I'm a vlogger. I'm vlogging. Yeah. Listen, it's bigger and better. This is what this is what it's all about. Bigger and better. I love you. If no one has told you in the first, do y'all see how many months we are in here? 4. We are in 4 months into 21. If no one told you in the first 4 months of 2021, I will be the first to tell you. I love you. I believe in you. I believe that you are capable of doing whatever you set your mind to. It is time for you to get up out of your seat and get to purpose. Do that thing you always wanted to do. It's time. What better time than now? You have space and opportunity. Do it. Love on the people around you. Love on them. Really love them. Don't love them for the things that they can do for you. Don't love them because they have great sex. Don't love them for anything other than just love. That's all it should be, just love. If you think of the person that is opposite of you as a human being, your life will be better. I'ma go. I said all that to say this. Listen. You know what time it is. If you don't know what time it is, I suggest that you watch The Finger Sweetie, because they will tell you. Until tomorrow morning, when I do Monday Motivation. Peace.